close enough. The clap is in. We've got the clap.
Wait. I hear it's a bad thing.
That's a great way to start the new year.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Whenever you're listening to this, because
it's weird because it's not even Christmas yet. But Happy New Year, everybody!
Yeah, for you.
Welcome to our second year of the Not So Special podcast. Can you believe? Happy podiversary!
Yay! To me or to them?
To us and to them. I don't know if anyone's. I wonder if actually people have listened from the beginning till now. I'm sure somebody has.
I did.
No, that's true. You don't count. I don't count either.
I did count until I joined.
from the beginning.
Yeah.
We probably have a bunch of new listeners because we're on Apple Podcasts now, which is a big deal, apparently.
Apparently.
We have to be on Apple Podcasts to be a legitimate podcast.
I didn't. It never was so hard to get on Apple Podcasts.
Well, see, I thought Anchor was going to put us on automatically, but they just never did.
That's good. They should have. I mean, it's a free service, but still, it should be part of their whole thing.
Well, I got them. I just went in and I logged under when I had the solo Not So Special podcast. I think there might have been some confusion because it's like, oh, there's already one named this. And maybe that's why I didn't add it.
Maybe.
But either way, I just went into that thing and just add this new one.
I doubt they care about name alone because there's duplicate podcasts.
Yeah. Either way, I just added it and it was like, okay. Then I had to just wait for approval and then I got in. It wasn't hard, but it was just, I was waiting for Anchor to do
mistake.
It. Yeah.
Letting us in.
Yeah, for our 3-hour podcast.
Not everyone drives a truck and needs something to listen to.
I do. I do this for me. Screw the rest of you. I do this for me. What was I going to say? Oh, if you're listening, you, the listener, are listening to this on Google Podcasts. I know, Derek, you don't listen to this on Google Podcasts.
No. I
do, and I have noticed that the end of all the podcasts are getting chopped off. They're capping us out near the end of the episodes. So you're not hearing, sometimes I'll say goodbye, you're not hearing the end song, or you're not hearing not very often, but once or twice I put something after the song, like a little blooper or something like that. And that was getting cut out. So if you're listening to this on Google Podcasts, don't switch to something else, switch to Spotify or...
Do you know why it's getting cut off? What kind of... Is it always the same amount of time?
I haven't checked on the same amount of time. It just seems to be...
Just curious if it's a fade out or if it's a... Weird.
I haven't noticed.
It's not like they always cut it off at 1 hour, 59 minutes or something like that.
I haven't noticed it be a specific time because all of our podcasts are different lengths.
Exactly, yeah.
So it's just been the last one was it cut out the last 30 seconds of the podcast or whatever. It's not egregious, but I mean 30 seconds is 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So
it's our best content right there.
Yeah, I know. When we say goodbye.
Some people wait for that the whole time. And we're out. Goodbye.
Been waiting for these 3 hours for these guys to freaking say goodbye, and I don't even get to hear it. Yeah.
Just leave 30 seconds of dead air to everyone. Done. Problem
yeah,
solved.
I could. See, I thought it was my editing program that was cutting it out, but that's running it through fine. When I upload it to Anchor, I listened on Anchor itself. Anchor's going through fine. I haven't if you haven't noticed it cutting out, which means it's not doing it on your app.
No.
So
I haven't noticed that.
Whereas I'm just like, oh, here it comes, and all of a sudden it's out.
I usually listen to it sped up, but still I'd notice if it just ended.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a hard cut. So yeah. So yeah, hopefully anyone in Apple land, please let us know if the podcast is working fine or if there's issues. It would be nice.
If there's any issues, just blame Apple.
Yeah, blame Apple. Always blame Apple. Clearly. And if you leave us a review on there, let me know somewhere. Take a screenshot and let me know, and I would read it. We will read it on the podcast. Because sometimes, if you're not looking in the specific region that the review was posted in, you won't see the review, and I'm not checking all the regions. So
there were sites that did that for you, but not sure if my mic
that would require effort on my part. And if you haven't listened to this episode or this podcast,
well, that's the problem. I just don't listen, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Am I getting louder or quieter? Is it even working? This does not seem to be right. My gain seems low.
You sound fine to me.
Yeah, but Discord's boosted it up. I'm just worried about Audacity for the recording.
Oh.
It seems cranked. I don't know. Weird. It just looks low in Audacity.
Oh well.
You hear the sound of my microphone.
I can always boost you afterwards.
Yeah, as long as it's not too low.
I can boost you more. Vegas is powerful.
Ooh, not playback speed. I don't want to play with playback speed. I don't think that'll affect while recording, I hope. That would be fun.
So what you been up to?
I have been off this week. I just took a week off work before Christmas. My daughter's birthday was a couple days ago. We took them to a play place for the first time in like 2 years. What else? I've been watching stuff, but I was going to save that for later.
Yeah, we can save that for a bit.
What else? I have been playing around, trying to doing a whole bunch of testing for the Cartridge Club Extra Life stream for next year, trying to see if there's any way to eliminate some of the concerns people had or thoughts people had on how to improve things. One of the things was that we stop and start every time there's a new person. So I did set up a streaming server where everyone would stream into this server instead of to Twitch. And then during handoffs, I would control, or I'd just make it so that they're stacked in OBS stack sources where the newer person goes on top, basically, of the other person. So whenever they're handing off, there's no downtime and the feed doesn't actually stop in Twitch. Because a couple people had said that they actually get disconnected and have to refresh the page, or when I was casting it to my Chromecast, almost every time that I would stop, someone would stop streaming and a new person would start, I had to manually cast it to the Chromecast. Unless they were within like 10 seconds or so, then it would automatically resume, but most times it did not. Okay. So if we did something like that, where everyone streams to me and I stream it out, or I could even be like a person in between where I talk and say who's coming up next and stuff, which would be neat, but that would mean I'd have to be there at the computer the whole time for 24 hours.
Got to get the showrunner.
Or at least in between. Yeah, it would be neat, but I even thought about having like me and someone else do that, but that's just difficult with physical locations and stuff like that. It could be cool if we had somewhere, but I don't see that happening.
Just get Bill to do it.
Yeah, he'd be good. I don't trust his internet connection. Because whoever does it has to have a good internet connection where they can receive 2 feeds in and still have 1 going out. Yeah. So 3 times the bandwidth usage. And reliable, right? If it goes down, the whole thing goes down. So James already volunteered his place as well for that because he has really good internet, but like gigabit internet.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Fancy.
But I don't know if we're going to do that or not because I have to set it all up. But I've got it test streaming here at my house. I've got 3 computers in my house streaming to another computer. And then they all go into OBS, and OBS shows all the feeds, and I can switch between them or put them over top of each other or whatever I want to do, stop and start. And then I tested that to Twitch for 9 hours or so just to make sure there was no weird issues. Yeah.
Interesting.
I did run into several issues and sorted them out, but the main thing was
Well, you've got a whole year. You got a whole year.
I know, but I want to get it figured out, write my notes down, and not have to touch it again for a year. Yeah.
So people don't know what we're talking about. There was a Cartridge Club charity stream. We talked about it last month. But since last month, we've actually did the stream, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So Derek came over to my house, and we played some light gun games on the PS3.
It seems so long ago.
I know, but it really wasn't. It's so crazy. Yes, we played Time Crisis 4. Yeah, Time Crisis 4, and then Time Crisis Rising Storm. Is that what it's called?
Rising Storm, but spelled with a Z.
Yeah, Rising Storm, and then the Pirates. I always forget what it's called.
I do not know what it is. It's part of the same package.
Pirates or whatever. Yeah, it's in the same package. And then we played a little bit of House of the Dead Overkill for PS3. And all of that video you can find on our Not So Special Podcast YouTube channel. The whole stream is live up there. It's about 2 hours, pretty much 2 hours dead on.
Yeah, because we hand off.
Yeah, and our stream incentive was shooting Nerf darts at each other, which arguably wasn't the greatest, but it was. Yeah, and those actually the rival. We should have just done straight rival balls the whole time. Maybe that would have encouraged more donations, but we still raised quite a lot of money. What was the final total? Do you remember for Cartridge Club in total?
For Cartridge Club in total.
Yeah.
$3,460 US dollars, I believe. Yeah, I have it bookmarked. I just needed to get there, which I am doing right now. 3,467.
Wow, so close.
Yeah.
If Price is Right rules applied, you would have been real close.
Yeah,
real close. So,
and our goal was originally 3,000, so that we demolished it.
Yeah. So thank you everyone for the Cartridge Club. If you're listening, we couldn't have done it without you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. I'm thankful to all the streamers and the viewers and donors. It was awesome. Awesome turnout.
Yeah. So
could not have gone better if I tried harder.
Try harder. We could have more donations still. If you go to our link on the video on our YouTube channel, there is still a donation link in the description. You can click on that and you can still donate.
It's extralife.cartridgeclub.org.
Yeah. And we will still honor any Nerf bullets. Just if you tag us on Twitter that you made a donation and can prove it. So, yeah.
I didn't agree to that.
You don't have to. It'll happen anyway.
Just surprise! Here I am.
Surprise. So, and then our other announcement was that I'm going to say this now because maybe people didn't get to the end of the episode where I kind of threw it in last minute, but we have started a Discord server where people are talking. We've got a nice little community there now. So hello to our Discord peeps who are listening. Not live, of course, but in the future. And you can find that Discord link somewhere. I don't want to leave an open invite, an open invite link somewhere floating around the internet because I don't want someone just randomly getting it. But if you contact me either on YouTube or Twitter or wherever, I will get you a link. And Derek, I believe you can probably get them a link too.
Yeah, I'm sure I can. You gave me rights to the.
I gave you rights to everything, so
yeah.
Let us know. I will, whenever we're gonna do an event, I will post that. Someone will post the invite on Discord or Twitter or wherever, and we generally put the link in there. And I usually leave that link live for like 7 days up until the event, and then the link will die. So.
And that's just because of spam.
Yeah, trying to keep the riffraff out. So, yeah, join the Discord server now while it's free, and before we start charging for it on our OnlyFans.
I didn't agree to that either.
You don't have to. It's going to happen anyway. All right.
Just sneak up on me with a camera when I'm in the shower. Don't worry, it's for OnlyFans. It's fine.
And we actually did a little event just last week for our first Discord event, and we watched some Christmas movies.
Yeah. I wrote those down with my list.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Do you want to talk about that now, or do you want to save it for a little bit?
I do now. I don't care. I'll throw them at the top of my list here. So, first thing was Josh's pick. We're going to give them out, right? Everybody, we watched Rare Exports. That was Josh's pick, which was like I wouldn't even call it a horror movie in a way, but Like I was thinking back on it after watching it, and it's horror like, but it's not that gory horror you get these days. There's a tad bit of like alluding to that, but it never really actually did.
It's just a little bit creepy, but it's not scary.
But they do classify it as horror fantasy adventure on IMDb. Anyway, Rare Exports from 2010. Josh has been talking about this movie for years, and nobody remembers him talking about it. But but he's been saying it's good. It's made in Finland, and it's mainly Finnish language, but there's subtitles when needed. But
there's probably a dub
story
out there
is
somewhere too.
I was wondering about that, but dubs have to be good acting, right? Yeah. But it's basically like the Krampus story with the big evil Santa kills little kids who are bad kind of thing. Story about that. I don't want to ruin anything cool, but yeah, it was neat. We watched that. I enjoyed that. And then my pick was Mixed Nuts, which is a oh my gosh, now I can't even think. What's his name? Steve Martin and a whole bunch of other people you'll recognize in that movie. But
Liev Schreiber.
Yeah. There are, oh my God, Juliette Louise, the one you talked about, Adam Sandler. I don't know.
I will say probably the most annoying Adam Sandler role I've seen yet.
Yeah, he kind of plays that character, right?
Yeah, he's got like the baby voice the whole time.
Yeah, the whole time. It's got Jon Stewart in there for a good 30 seconds twice. Anyway, it's basically just like he works for a crisis hotline, and it's over Christmas and all the things that happen at the crisis hotline in like a small independent non-profit thing, and the problems they go through and all the people they meet. Yeah. It's neat.
Yeah, it's funny.
It was also one that nobody really knows, or most people don't really know, so that was
why I had never heard of it until you mentioned it, so...
Yeah, see, I had been looking through Steve Martin movies 2-3 years ago, maybe, and came across it, and then added it to my list to watch, and finally watched it a couple years ago, and it's not in my top Christmas movies, I wouldn't think, but of weird Christmas movies, it's up there, especially unknown ones. And Steve Martin, kind of before he went white, like before his hair went all white.
Yeah, it's weird seeing without white hair. He still had brown hair.
1994 it was made.
Wow.
He honestly looks younger than that, but yeah.
So those are good movies. Watch them.
You want me to continue with Christmas movies I watched?
Sure, go ahead.
I should have actually separated them to Christmas movies first, but I put them last instead. So I watched a bunch of terrible Christmas movies with my wife because she really likes
the best.
She really likes like, the women movies, whatever you want to call it, the sappy movies,
the Hallmark movies.
The Hallmark movies, yeah, she loves Hallmark movies. But we watched some that weren't even. Anyway, I'll just go into them. One was called Father Christmas is Back, and it was a British comedy, and it has Kelsey Grammer playing a British guy, which is kind of weird because he just does his normal voice. But they kind of try to brush it off and explain it. But either way, he shows up later in the movie. It's kind of funny, kind of cute, kind of neat. Father Christmas is Back. We watched Single all the way, which was basically your typical one, except it was about a guy who's never gonna, like, it's like he's never gonna be married or whatever, never gonna find a man because he's a gay guy, and he's from a small town where there are none, and he's moved to the city, but he comes back home to visit family, etc., etc. It's kind of neat. It's a really cute movie, like sappy but good, well done. And there was people in that. Who was there that I recognized again? I can't remember now. Can't remember. And then another one that was good as well. Where is that one? Oh, I didn't even put that one on this list, but someone else had just sent that they watched it. I forget who it was, someone on Twitter, but Love Hard is the movie. And it has the dude
What kind of movies are you watching? Oh.
Yeah, it has Jimmy O Yang from Silicon Valley. and he
Okay.
totally does not. He plays like a nerdy guy, but not quite the same as what he was in Silicon Valley. But anyway, that one was a good one, sappy but good. I think maybe Kevin had said it was good. Maybe that's who it was. Someone on Twitter anyway said they enjoyed it. Another one was The App That Stole Christmas. That one was terrible. Don't bother. We watched Christmas Again, which was really good actually, especially for kids. It was on Disney Plus, and it was similar to Scrooged, but a kid, and Christmas is repeating itself over and over until she gets it right. That kind of thing.
Okay.
It was our kids enjoyed it. It was good. I watched Ernest Saves Christmas last night because I hadn't seen it in years, and I enjoyed it. I still remember so many things from it. It's funny that I barely remember the story, but I remember scenes and jokes.
Yeah, that's usually how it works out.
Like air brakes. I remember quoting that for so many years. So many years. And I couldn't remember where it was from, but when they were flying the sleigh and they said air brakes, I'm like, oh, this is the one. This is where this is from. And then 10 minutes later, he said it.
Man, I haven't seen Ernest Saves Christmas in forever. I need to watch that one again.
It was pretty good. I liked it.
Yeah.
It wasn't as much earnest as it normally is, but my wife's like, wow, he's like a really good actor. I'm like, yeah, he was actually classically trained like theater actor and got into earnest because of commercials. He started doing commercials somewhere in the US and got famous for this insurance commercial because he was a klutz.
Yeah.
And then that just became like essentially what you would call viral now. And then they started making movies out of it. So then I think he was disappointed he was typecast into that role and not able to do anything else outside of that anymore. But Jim Varney, I mean.
Yeah.
8-Bit Christmas we watched. Have you watched that
Okay.
yet?
I haven't seen that one yet either. I need to watch it.
It was good. It was
I've heard good things.
kind of like if you imagine a 1980s version of Christmas Story. But he's
That's what I
trying to
hear
get
everyone
Nintendo,
saying.
not a Pelican,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It was really good, especially the end. It was very like emotional and good. Like
Okay.
cute. Cute is a better way to say it, but yeah, we just watched this is out of Christmas movies. Yeah, I can go to the other stuff later. That's all the Christmas movies.
That's all the Christmas movies? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to start getting up on my Christmas movies. It's kind of late now. It's 2 days before Christmas, but there's movies.
You think it's late for you? How about everybody listening? It's really late for them. Like, why are you guys talking about Christmas? It's done.
It's too late, yeah, for them. But I've been meaning to watch the Mr. Bean Christmas special. That was always fun to watch.
Yeah, my wife watched that.
Yeah, I showed it to my kids last year, I think it was, for the first time, and they kind of laughed just because of the slapstickiness of it.
Yeah.
But I don't think they really got the whole idea. But I think maybe my oldest might enjoy it a little bit more now. So, I don't know. We'll see if that works out. Watched Charlie Brown. Christmas. Here's the problem. I have a bit of an issue with Charlie Brown. And this may be sacrilege. They say stupid a lot in that.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm trying.
I was going to say the same thing. That's not. I completely understand because it's very dated. We try not to say stupid in our house.
Yeah, we try not to say it either. And so all of a sudden, like we're like, oh, we gotta watch Charlie Brown. It's so classic. And like I love the Charlie Brown music. Like I have that playing on Spotify on the house. If I'm doing dishes or something, the kids are running around, wife's off doing stuff. Like I've got that Charlie Brown music playing all the time. So my kids know it inside and out. And then I was like, okay, we're gonna watch Charlie Brown. And then every year I forget how much they say stupid and blockhead and blah, you know. And all of a sudden, my kids are around saying, "You're so stupid," and blah, blah. I'm like, "Whoa! Like, we need to chill out."
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe I gotta watch it by myself for a little while.
Yeah, that's the problem. We tried watching some Simpsons with the kids not long ago, and it's like, I don't know if this is really gonna go. I think it was just my son. My daughter was probably having a bath or something. I'm like, maybe we could try Simpsons, and it was probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
Just too much stuff, and yeah.
Now we know why our parents didn't want us to watch it. Hey,
yeah,
but we
I
turned
knew
out okay.
why, but yeah, exactly. Well, that's the problem. I don't know if I want my kid to turn out like me.
You don't want them to turn out okay? Ooh.
No, like me.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, exactly. Not okay.
Oh, well.
I noticed the Charlie Brown music playing in Hawkeye I was watching. And it was also on another movie. I can't remember what movie it was that I was watching, and they had that music playing. It was a Christmas movie. And I just noticed it in the background, like on a TV in the room. Actually, I think it was that Christmas Again. I think it was that one. But it just seems weird. I was going to say it's got to be a licensing thing. Maybe that's the easiest thing to get rights to.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's even so old there is no copyright.
Yeah, or they just don't think no one's going to watch it, so maybe they won't get caught.
Who knows? Yeah.
Strange. That's funny. Yeah, it's always funny when you see things like that in the background.
Yeah.
So, what did we watch? I don't think we haven't really watched a whole lot of Christmas stuff yet.
You should write a list.
That would be helpful, but that requires work on my side.
So little work.
I do this every month. I'm just like, oh, yeah, I'll remember. I don't have much to do this month, so I'll remember doing that. And then we get to doing the podcast. I'm like,
it feels like the stream was a month or 3 ago, and it was a week and a half ago.
Yeah,
no, 2.5 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
But it feels like it's been months.
Yeah. Well, the amount of work you did up to that, it probably felt like you've done months of work up to that point, right? So
it doesn't help. Yeah. Worth it, but
yeah. You know what? Actually, this whole year, in comparison, this year went by a lot faster than last year as a whole, in my opinion. And I think a lot of it has to do, honestly, with this podcast, especially for me, because I measure the months out by okay, this is our recording date.
Yeah. I've done that before,
and it feels
in the past.
It feels like all of a sudden, we just recorded, and all of a sudden it's time to record again. And it just feels like we're, snap, 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 we're on our way.
But does this past month seem that quick? To me, it seems so long since we recorded last. Before the podcast, or before the.
It feels like a long month, but I feel like we just recorded the podcast.
Okay. I don't feel like that.
The month in itself feels long, but I just feel like we just recorded.
Okay.
So, it's weird. It just feels shorter. To me. Yeah, it's strange, but hey, we'll take it. We need another year under our belts anyway, so get most of this craziness behind us.
Yeah, I think part of the reason why this year seems not as long is that last year there was so many things changing so much with all the policies and the lockdowns and all that stuff, and it was just changing so often. You were spending so much time figuring out what you can and can't do. Yeah, that's what I think anyway.
I think it felt long just because we spent so much time at home. We didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
I think if we had a summer where we were we're going out to parks, or we're going camping, we're going to the water park every weekend, and it would feel like it went a lot faster. But the fact that we were just we're at home again.
Yeah.
Whereas this year we had a little bit more freedom, so we could go out places, and we didn't go camping, but we went to a cottage, we could go to the park, we could go for picnics and that kind of stuff, and we weren't in trouble for doing that.
Yeah, I think we did a picnic in the park one time. We honestly went to thrift stores more than anything else. And it wasn't even that much. It was once a week at the most for a few weeks. But that was our idea of getting out of the house for once. And our kids love it too.
Oh, that's good.
Except when they're being dumb and putting their mask in their mouth or something, like my daughter was doing. But those are habits that you just need to deal with and break. And
yeah, I mean, kids will be kids.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, as she gets older, it gets better too.
Yeah, when they can actually listen, you can try to explain something to them.
Yeah, they understand the reason why you shouldn't put your mask in your mouth during a pandemic.
Yeah. Yeah, thankfully my oldest is the same age as your youngest.
Okay.
So, he's at that point now where we can finally try to explain something to him. But my youngest doesn't care. Whatever. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
We cannot reason with him. He's not even 3 yet, so yeah, there's no reasoning.
Yeah.
It's just
I barely remember those days.
Oh, I can't wait to not remember these things.
Yeah, exactly. No more car seats. It's glorious.
Yeah, car seats.
My daughter has a booster, but my son does not.
Yeah, we just put my oldest in a booster this summer. We just put him in a booster, so yeah, I can't wait for.
My son still does have a booster, doesn't he? I can't remember now. It's one of the ones you don't need to buckle it in or anything though. Is maybe why I'm remembering. Oh my god, I don't remember.
Yeah.
He just puts his seatbelt on himself. It's glorious.
Yeah.
He's been doing that for years, but still.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. I still have to climb in the back and make sure all the seatbelts are clicked in, and especially in the winter when you're wearing your coat and they're wearing their coat and there's no room and you're just like, I got my armpit in my kid's face, and
my daughter's ahead on that, right? Because she has her brother to look at, right? Oh, that's how you do. That's how you do it, right? So she's good at that stuff now. She has a hard time with anything, with pulling enough of the seatbelt to buckle it. So sometimes I have to catch her putting the seatbelt in her mouth to hold it as she tries to click it. But yeah,
that's funny. So, we took the kids out to Waterloo Park because they have all the lights up right now.
Yeah. Actually, I should have told you about the park they did with the lights in the park. What the heck park was that? Cynthia told me about it, and we went, and it was really good. They had like lights to the music and stuff, and like hanging lights throughout the whole forest, and then like studio lights shining LED RGB colors and stuff. I should try and find that now. Yeah,
that's
I wonder
cool.
if it's still going or not.
Is it local or is it?
Yeah, it was local. It was in Kitchener.
Oh, not Victoria Park, is it?
No, it wasn't. It was another park. Bushnell Park?
Bushnell Park?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Now I need
look
to
into it.
Find if that's even still happening. I can't remember when we went to that because that feels like forever ago. That might have been before the charity stream.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that may not be up anymore.
Yeah. Huh.
We usually go to the park because they'll have the lights up till the New Year, I think. And then New Year's they'll do, well, they used to. I don't know if they'll do it. They didn't do it last year. Or maybe they might do it this year. They would do fireworks in the park, in Waterloo Park. So. Which is kind of crazy because it's right uptown Waterloo. Like, would be like a downtown center, basically, in most of the cities. They're just lighting fireworks off in the park. So.
Oh. Yeah, it was October 29th we went, so that's
wow.
a while ago. I just remembered it now, and I'm just like, oh, Josh could have done that too. We were wearing
like a Halloween thing.
Yeah, it must have been Halloween themed. That's what I was thinking now. But yeah,
a little late.
I need to remember next time we do something like that, especially kids stuff and free.
Yeah, kids stuff and
to tell you about it.
Free. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm trying to bring up the video to show you. Not that anyone else would benefit from seeing it, but show you some video of the stuff. So basically, like walking down a path in the woods.
I just see the Discord. That's all I see.
Oh, really? Jesus.
And I'm also hearing an echo of myself.
That's good. That's great.
Yeah.
All right, let's stop screen sharing. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Oh, we can check it later.
Yeah.
So, all right. What else did you watch?
I've been watching Hawkeye. I think was that the season finale? I don't even remember. I thought I remember seeing a thing on Disney Plus saying it was the season finale, but I don't remember.
Oh, maybe. I haven't watched any Marvel shows, so this is all you.
Oh, you still haven't watched Loki then?
Nope.
And
nothing.
don't want to or don't care? Or
I don't have Disney Plus, and I also haven't had the enough reason to go and find other means to watch it yet.
You don't have to have either of those when it's on my disc or on my
true.
Plex.
It's on your Plex. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I always forget.
Both of them are on my Plex, actually.
See, I'm in that weird. We're in that weird Plex community where I see something else on someone else's Plex, and then I just go and download it and put it on my Plex. Rather than watching it on someone else's Plex, I go and get it and put it on my Plex so that I can have it.
I've done that, but... Okay, so there's one more episode of Hawkeye that came out yesterday. So I haven't seen that one yet. That's the finale, I think, as far as I can tell. So I haven't finished it yet, for those wondering. And I've also been watching Flight of the Conchords from your Plex, I think, or mine. I don't remember.
I don't think I have Flight of the Conchords.
Okay, then it must be on mine. It's just I don't think I'm paying attention to it being in order completely or anything like that. It's not like that really matters on that show, but it's just fun and funny.
Yeah, it's a fun.
I'm enjoying it. Yeah, and the guy from it, their manager guy, I just saw on another TV show on Disney Plus. It's a kids game show called The Big Fib. It's basically like a kid has to figure out who's lying and who's telling the truth. Okay. It's really just a scheme to try and get kids to learn things about the moon and octopuses and stuff like that. Okay. So it's really just like that. But the second person on it is actually kind of hard to figure out which one's lying and which one's telling the truth sometimes. So he's basically like the announcer guy on the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he plays a robot. Yeah. At first, I couldn't tell it was him, and then I'm like, this guy's got an accent. I'm like, wait, I recognize him from Flight of the Conchords.
That voice.
And I know him from something else, too, but I can't think of what. I should really look him up, but yeah.
Cool.
Flight of the Conchords, you Google it, of course, you get the band, not the TV show.
Yeah.
That's rare that they actually name something the exact same thing. Usually I think that...
Well, because I think isn't the show is basically just skits based around their songs, right? Their albums.
I don't know. Are they songs based on the albums, or I thought the songs were for the show? Okay. It was you that told me to watch it, right?
Either I or Bill did. One of us told you.
Okay. I think you had told me a couple times. I just assumed the songs were from their lives. I didn't, or from the show. I didn't know that they were from albums.
They may not be from albums. I think how I experienced it first is I heard someone playing it on like MP3 somewhere back in the day. I heard the songs before I ever watched the show, so I just assume. I could be wrong. I probably am, to be honest. But I always associate Flight of the Conchords as a band over the show.
Okay.
I always think of them like Lonely Island or something like that. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Neither one would surprise me at all. Trying to just find this guy's name, but there it is. R-H-Y, Rise Darby. Rise Darby. Anyway, that's the actor that I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, he was the boss in Jim Carrey's Yes Man. That might be where I recognize him from.
That might be where you read him.
I would have thought it would be a BBC show, but he also did a voice in Half-Life Alyx and Skylanders Academy. Oh my God.
That's where you know him.
Right? Crash Bandicoot. He does voices in Crash Bandicoot. Rise of the Ninja Turtles. I never saw that or played that. Huh. He's doing lots of stuff. So, I also watched Barbarella.
Oh.
From 1968.
I was say that's an oldie.
Yeah. I had always heard about this movie. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
The opening scene is literally, what is it, Jane Fonda?
Yeah.
Like, just getting naked. That's the opening scene of the movie. She's in a space suit and taking it off. And I'm just like, maybe I don't need to watch this, but I've heard it's good.
You're already there.
Just watch it. Yeah, I'm already through it. And I think it was one of the days I was working from home. And I just put it on in the background. I'm like, all right, I'll just watch it. And it was weird, but like oddly good.
Okay.
Like very weird.
All right.
But good.
Barbarella. I got to mark this
down.
down.
Yeah, you do. Maybe don't watch it with your children anywhere near, but that opening scene is like the only nudity. And then beyond that, it's alluding to sex stuff, but not really ever actually. Explicit. No, there is nudity later on, yes. Like a bunch when they're in the city. Yeah. But it's still not as blatant as that first opening part. And it's supposed to be, it takes place in the future in space. She's supposed to be finding this scientist who's lost. And his name, I almost forgot about that, Duran Duran.
Oh, lovely.
Which is actually where the band Duran Duran came up with their name from, is this movie.
Oh, really? It wasn't the other way around?
No. because this movie's from 1968.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't know when the band formed for sure, but they're an 80s band. So
Okay. Yeah.
I was
Yeah, I know
wondering
the 80s
that.
band.
I was like, Duran Duran, is that just coincidence? There's no way that's coincidence. That's too specific. So I Googled it to check. And yeah, they said the band said they took their name from the movie.
Okay.
Pretty funny. So it's
Funny.
it's a weird movie. It's made with it's like the special effects and stuff. They said it's all Italian videographers and stuff or something.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of like, for the time, high tech, like green screen in 1968.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Sci-fi. And it looks like they're like using liquid metal or mercury in some scenes, or maybe they just mixed in like metal shavings with an oil or something like that. But stuff like that just seems advanced for the time for them to think of that. But yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
It's pretty neat. It was entertaining and fun. Yeah. You have to
I
watch it.
like old cheesy sci-fi
Yeah,
stuff.
it's
So.
definitely check mark. And if you want nudity, it's got that too.
Hey, I'm there for that too.
So I also watched just the other night. Actually, we watched with the kids Ron's Gone Wrong on Disney Plus. It's the robot in it is the main thing it's about. Is the robot? This kid, all the kids in school have robots, and you use your robots like basically kids today use a cell phone. You get likes, you share your videos on social media, your YouTube and stuff like that. You make little videos and stuff, and your robot can have skins and stuff after like characters like Iron Man and all that stuff. And this kid is the only one in school that doesn't have a robot, so his dad tries to get him one, but ends up getting a defective one. And this is basically the story of that. And the robot sounds a lot like Baymax. Have you ever seen Big Hero 6?
Yes.
So it
Big
has a
Hero.
lot of Big Hero 6 feel to it,
Okay.
but luckily it's different enough. And then, did you ever watch Mitchell's versus the Machines on Netflix?
Not yet. It's on my watch list. I
Oh,
haven't seen
it's really good, but
Okay.
this has a lot of parallels with that as well. Big tech company that's basically Apple creating a robot that helps people, but also want to take over the world with it, kind of thing.
it. Okay.
So yeah, it's very much similar that way, but it's really good too. I think Mitchell's versus Machines is better, but this one, which I'm going to say the name again, is Ron's Gone Wrong, is really good still.
Okay. Yes. Please repeat titles.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many podcasts I've listened to recently. Like, there's a lot of Game of the Year podcasts happening right now,
Yes.
and they talk about it's like this game. Like while they say
No
it,
interest at all when you hear the name.
I'm looking. Yeah, and then all of a sudden they're talking about it, and then it's almost like they deliberately say they're always going this game or it or
Yeah.
I really
Well,
like
you don't
that
want to
game.
rename it. You want to repeat it over and over because it gets annoying, but you do need to say it at least one more time after describing what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
I would say if every person, like if you have 3 people on a podcast discussing, every person should say the name once. Right?
That's
like,
fair. I think that's fair.
Because
It's a journalism thing. Most of these people you hear on the podcast are trained journalists that are taught to use other words to
Yeah.
mean the same thing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I just figured, yeah, because sometimes you just like you respond better to someone's voice specifically.
Yeah.
And so, like, if someone's reading it, I don't care. But if the person says the name, okay, I caught it that time because
Yeah.
of whatever reason. Just
For
the way
me,
they
it's
said
usually
it, or-
like, it's usually they say the name and I'm like, okay, I've heard of that, but I don't know enough about it. Then they start describing the mechanics of the game. And sometimes they'll be like, oh, that sounds like something I like. Oh, that sounds like something I really like. They better say the name again. I'm not rewinding this crap.
yeah,
Then I got to find where they said it again.
yeah,
and
and they
that's
don't
why I
have
hope
they
they
don't
do.
have links in the description.
No, no one does that. Yeah, that's too much work.
Yeah.
So, 2 more things that I saw that were really good.
Okay.
Knives Out. Have you ever seen
Ooh,
that?
yes, I have. That's good.
That was really good. I was surprised because I
From
don't
the
know.
director of The Last Jedi, Star Wars,
Oh,
Ryan Johnson. Just so you know.
okay. All right. I don't care about Star Wars, but yeah. So
Yes, that's
that
good.
was really good. That
Murder
was
mystery.
what was
It's
this?
almost it's
yeah.
very Cluish.
Yeah, I almost. Have you ever seen Greed? The movie Greed.
No.
I'm pretty sure it was called Greed, not Greedy, but it's very similar, except it turns out that one like it's no, not Greed. Greedy? It's got to be Greedy. Yeah. Anyway, old man, rich man dies. It's actually a Michael J. Fox movie. He's like one of the main characters. Actually, there's what's his name? Michael J. Fox, Kirk Douglas. What's that guy's name? I'm not gonna find it. He's not in the top billed cast, but he's right there in the thumbnail or in the picture.
Show me the thumbnail.
What's his
I'll get
name
it.
that he
Show me the
died?
thumbnail. Show me the thumbnail. I'll get
The
it.
guy from Troy McClure. What's his name?
What?
Troy McClure from Simpsons. Hi, I'm
No,
Troy
we do
McClure.
that.
You may know me. You don't need. Oh man.
I need a face.
Everybody's
I need a face.
dying. Everybody's dying. Why can't I find him in the list? Isn't it a McDonald? It's not McDonald's, right? No. I'm thinking the other guy from Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Live, anyway. You know Saturday Night Live? I'm
I
never
do
gonna
know
find
it.
this guy. It's in the trailer, and I'm trying to find. Everybody's dying. Why don't they show the name in the?
Because they hate you.
Yeah, they do hate me. Now this is just gonna kill me. I'm gonna just sit here searching until I find this. Everyone's gonna hate me. Still haven't found it.
Quick, go on to the second thing you watched, and you'll forget about
All right. I won't forget about it. I'll leave that tab open, and then I'll come back to it in 20 minutes. Anyway, that was Knives Out, and
Yeah,
I'm just trying
good.
to say it's similar to Greedy from 1994. You should watch both of them.
it. Okay.
Greedy is very good. The next thing I watched, which I just watched, I don't know, 2 days ago now, is Nobody. The movie Nobody.
Sounds familiar.
Did I find it from somebody told me to watch it, and I don't know who. And every time I see the thumbnail, I think it's a different thing because it looks a lot like the TV show Happy, at least from the cover. Did you ever see the TV show Happy?
Oh, Nobody is the Bob Odenkirk, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Okay,
right.
I have seen that one.
So he's a nobody,
Yeah.
is what he keeps repeating.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
he's basically gets into an unexpected situation, and then it turns out he may have a hidden secret history that means he's a really good killer. So that was really good. I was surprised with that.
Yeah.
I don't know why I can't find the
Very
TV show,
actiony.
but yeah. The current cover is basically him getting punched in all directions.
Yeah. Bob Odenkirk
from-
is low key a good action hero.
Oh, and it's from 2021.
Yeah, it's this year.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, I also enjoyed that one. So
Christopher Lloyd's in it too, and he plays a really good role as well.
he plays the father, right?
Yeah, he plays
Yeah.
the dad, retired FBI agent. So the next thing and the last thing that I have on my list that I watched a lot of stuff because I have been off work, and also I try and do this while I'm doing dishes and laundry and crap. So pretty much any excuse I can. Today I finished watching the first Matrix movie because I haven't seen it in a long time.
Ooh, I should watch that again too.
Yeah, I've been trying to ramp up to watch the new Matrix.
I have the new Matrix. I haven't watched it yet.
I have it too.
Discord watch party. Discord watch party.
That's one where you may get in trouble doing a Discord watch party.
It's private. They'll never know.
Yeah, in theory.
In theory.
I don't know, but yeah,
Matrix
I've been
is
trying to
so
get
good.
ready to watch that again, or to watch the new one. So I want to watch all the other ones. I thought I had heard that the 2 and 3 were retconned, but I don't believe that's the case now that
I don't know. I just remember them not.
looking it up.
I like the second one because this actually Matrix Reloaded is the first DVD I ever owned. It was given to me as a gift, so I didn't pay for it. I liked it because of the action scenes, not because of the movie itself. Like I would just skip around and watch the action scenes.
Okay.
The movie itself is meh, and then the third one is just like over my head. No idea what's going on in that movie. I don't think they knew what's going on in that movie either.
They really should, I hear. You know, when you make a movie, you should know.
Those Wachowskis, though, you know.
Yeah.
Although this is only one Wachowski coming back for this one, the new one. So.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, just the one. So.
Either way, I'm looking forward to the new one, but I want to watch the old ones first. I definitely wanted to watch the first one at least. The other two, I think I'll try to watch. It'll just prolong how long I have, or how long it takes for me to watch the new one though. But
Yeah.
I had thought about a watch party as well, but I proposed it to my other friends, and the one guy replied back. I should get his verbatim answer because it's kind of pretentious and funny. He says maybe he'll watch the version that's 20 or 2100 by 60 on like the download version on his 65-inch with home theater surround sound, because some things are just not worth watching otherwise. And then my next friend said he wanted to watch it in the theater but his wife doesn't want him to because of COVID. So his 55-inch TV and surround sound will have to do. So I replied back with, I would be happy watching a cam version on my 21-inch monitor with headphones.
Oh, jeez.
I just can't believe, you don't need to have surround sound. You don't need to have a 4K version of the movie.
Oh, yeah, I think you should have surround sound. I like listening with headphones.
If I had surround sound, sure, I would do surround sound. But I haven't had surround sound in my house since I got a kid. So, but headphones are good. I just would rather, well, actually, my headphones on the ground here are actually 7.1 actual sets of speakers inside them.
Okay.
These ones here. But I don't really use them very often because they're wired.
Yeah.
But they are pretty cool that they have that many channels on them. And they still work. They're pretty old. They're more than 10 years old. Cool. Maybe 15.
I got a question. I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Is your butt warm?
No, because you don't prepare.
All right. Here's the thing.
Someone else did it for you.
Yes. I got called out on the Discord server because I heard that Derek does not like trivia. And then I said in the Discord that I frantically start preparing trivia. But Derek then says, what'd you say? I would be scared if you actually prepped for this podcast or something like that. So I reached out.
And you made someone else do it for you.
And I got someone else to do trivia for me.
You got Miles to do it for you?
Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I love trivia. I hate when I'm bad at trivia, and I'm very competitive. That's the fact. I hate when I'm bad at it. I hate when I can't get the words out or think of the right thing. Just like that guy's name that I still haven't thought of, and I'm going to come back to over and over again. Did I actually close the tab? I did too. Stupid. Anyway, yeah.
Hold on a sec. I gotta find my thing here.
Mm-hmm. So I can leave it on you and let you fail.
Let me fail. Yes.
I'm strangely comfortable with it. Phil Hartman. That's who I was thinking of. Phil Hartman. That's the name from the Greedy movie.
Oh, Phil Hartman. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Phil Hartman. From the movie Greedy from 1990, where'd it go? 4. And that's a good movie. It also has Kirk Douglas, and I don't know if Nancy Travis is anybody or there's other people. There's a bunch of people. I recognize this Ed Begley Jr. I know him too. Is that someone joining? You did something. This is the reason why you didn't want to have a direct call.
That is why you got me.
I was just buying you time with this movie thing.
Everyone, please welcome Miles to the show. Your background, Miles.
Hello, everybody.
Can I kick him out?
I told Josh you were not going to like this. But he said, no, do it anyway.
Just skip it. Skip this question. Next question. Can I use Google? Is it an open book test?
I think we got to see Derek's hands at all times. During
Not a
trivia.
chance. How am I going to buzz in?
So do people know that we're going to do trivia? Is that what's happening?
So, yes, we are going to do trivia. Derek,
Josh thinks I'm going to do trivia.
Derek, your first mistake is telling anyone something you don't like. That's your first mistake. Your second mistake
I
is
should
telling
know better
me.
than to do that on the internet.
Your second mistake is telling me that you don't like something. Because you know I'm going to do it to you. So, I've invited Miles here from Flock of Nerds to. Actually, you're a Magic the Gathering guy now. I hear.
No, I mean I'm just a guy now. I just, am enjoying life, trying to live it to its fullest as best I can in these troubling times.
Well said.
But yeah, I don't got anything to plug or anything. I've been running trivia through Discord for different friends. So I've been really enjoying that. A lot of the trivia that I've been doing has been a lot of visual trivia. So like pictures, and I have a category called What This, where I show you this, you tell me what this is. But the ones that I have for you, since this is an audio podcast, are just going to be, us talking.
Okay.
They're all videos. No.
It's all going to be interpretive dance questions.
And the answer needs to be in the form of a full play.
All right. So, Miles is here to play a bit of trivia with us. Miles, you have the floor.
All right. So, I've got 10 video game questions for real gamers. And fake gamers need not apply. We're going to be doing some gatekeeping today. We're going to find out who the imposter is, and we're going to eject them.
Now, question, is this for both of us or just for Derek?
No, it's for both of you.
Okay.
We're going to go...
Is there a point system?
Yep. So it's going to be 1 point per question. We're going to go back and forth, no buzzing in. So you two can decide who goes first. Okay. And then when we get to the final 2 questions, it's a special type of a new category, a new round, a new game. So those will be worth double points.
Audio listeners can't see this, but Derek is hating this right now. I can see it.
No, I'm just getting my hands ready for Google.
Half points if you use Google.
I'll take no points right now and be done with it.
Who wants to start?
It was nice knowing you, Josh. I'll be back next month. Since you won't want to talk to me after this.
I was like, Josh, this is not a good Christmas gift for Derek. This is not the way to win his heart. But
pizza would have worked better.
Loser has to buy pizza. There we go.
I don't think so, Tim.
I think you'll be fine. I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's just for fun. It's
just for real gamers.
We're good. I was just kidding. Come on. Nobody knows this garbage. It's just for random stuff I found on Wikipedia. So if you want to start your Googling there, you could start at Wikipedia. It'll save you some time.
Okay. I'll start all of my searches with site:/Wikipedia.
All right. Who should I start with? Who wants to go first?
I think we got to make Derek go first, to be honest.
It's not going to work in either way anyway, so whatever.
I think we should start with Josh. I think we should start with Josh, just because it's like, you made him do this. You should go first.
I'll pay the price first. All right. Okay.
You take the first Nerf bullet.
Okay.
I'll take the first Nerf bullet, yeah.
Nintendo was founded the same year as which of these other events? It's all multiple choice.
Okay.
A, Statue of Liberty is given to the United States. B, the Eiffel Tower is inaugurated. C, the Toronto International Film Festival screens their first movie. Or D, the year you were born.
What was the first option?
Statue of Liberty is given to United States. Which of these happened the same year Nintendo was founded?
When he's wrong, can I steal?
Yes.
Without Googling? Not that I know the answer.
No, but you get a chance, and you don't lose points for getting it wrong.
I'm going to go with option A, when the Statue of Liberty was given.
That is incorrect.
Okay.
I was going to go with B.
That is correct, Derek. When the Eiffel Tower was inaugurated, that was in 1889. As we all know, Nintendo started with playing cards.
Yes. Yes. I was trying to go like super early.
But I'm assuming the Eiffel Tower was before the... Was Eiffel Tower before Statue of Liberty? I don't even know.
Who knows? I didn't
I'm not
look
American.
that
I don't
up.
know Statues.
I just made up three things.
They're both France.
Derek is up 1 point. Who could have seen this coming? And it wasn't even his question. Now we're going to Derek's question. The original Xbox was the first video game console offered by an American company since 1996. What was the last American video game console that came out in 1996? Is it the N-Gage, the 3DO, the Lynx, or the Jaguar? What killed American video games until the Xbox came out? The N-Gage, the 3DO, the Lynx, or the Jaguar?
I don't even know anything about the Atari ones. I don't know 3DO that good either, but I would think the 3DO would be newer than the Lynx and Jaguar. What else was it? N-Gage.
N-Gage,
I don't know about
3DO.
I have no idea.
Lynx.
N-Gage was a cell phone, so that's fairly new. But I don't know how N-Gage would line up to. I'm going to go with N-Gage just because I think it's newer than the 3DO. I remember being at my parents' house when my brother's friend lived with us and we rented a 3DO.
Oh, that's
I think
sick.
N-Gage
That's
is
a
newer
great
than that.
story. We got to delve into that at some point because that I'm sure people are remember renting those consoles at that time.
Yeah.
So you're
N-Gage.
You're going with N-Gage. That's incorrect. Josh, you can steal.
I'm gonna go with the Atari Jaguar.
Oh, it's a tie. We got a tie. Scoring on each other's points. And each other's questions.
I was gonna say Nokia's not a American company.
Yeah. I don't know
Anyway.
if Panasonic is either.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I was like the only thing would be Atari, so it's either Lynx or
Yeah.
Or
That's the way to
Jaguar.
do it. That's also why I didn't write the names of the companies down.
That's true, yeah. I forgot the N-Gage was Nokia.
Alright.
Pretty sure they're Korean if I had to guess. But
Swedish. I don't know.
All right, so we're back up to Josh's question. Question 3. Which of these franchises did not have an NES game based on them? A. The Blues Brothers, B. Hudson Hawk, C. The Shadow, or D. The Untouchables?
What are the first two options?
The Blues Brothers, Hudson Hawk, The Shadow, or The Untouchables? Which of these is not an NES game?
I think Hudson Hawk is an NES game. I think it's between Untouchables and Blues Brothers. But I kind of have a feeling Blues Brothers was a game. I'm gonna go with Untouchables.
I'm sorry, that was a Nintendo game.
I could see it being a Nintendo game too.
Derek,
Dang
do
it.
you want to steal
All right.
this?
what were the options again? I heard Blues Brothers.
Hudson Hawk, The Shadow, or The Untouchables? It could be The Untouchables. You might want to go for The Untouchables on this one.
Do it, I dare you.
For a chance to take the lead.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't do NES games
Hey.
very often, and I
Neither
know
do
none
I.
of these. I swear I remember Blues Brothers being a NES game.
They all
That's the
kind of
only one
feel
that-
like that, right?
Yeah.
I thought I heard people talk about it recently, but maybe that wasn't. Maybe that was SNES. I don't know.
Yeah.
1 in 3 shot.
Yeah, let's do Shadow.
Of course it is.
Ah.
It's
That's
The
like
Shadow.
the one that should be.
I know. I googled 90s movies. I was like, I can't believe it. The Shadow's not an NES game.
And just so you know, I was Googling the previous answer, or the former answer, and the Eiffel Tower was built in 1887, and the Statue of Liberty was given to the U.S. in 1886. So there's only 1 year difference between
Only
those
1 year
answers.
difference. Oh,
Yeah.
close. All right. Derek, you've taken the lead.
You have.
None of us have actually answered our own questions yet. We've only been stealing.
Yeah.
Derek, this one's for you. What was the very first video game to have human voices? Is it A. Space Ace, B. Command and Conquer, C. Magical Poppin', or D, Dragon's Lair?
I feel like the easy answer is Dragon's Lair, which makes me think it can't be it. I don't know the other ones except for Command and Conquer. I obviously know, but that's too new. What were the other two?
Space Ace or Magical Poppin'?
I see Josh's face. He looks smug, like he already knows the answer.
Psychological warfare.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna go with Space Ace just because it sounds like the right time frame for that kind of thing.
Good guess, but unfortunately that is not the right answer.
I'm going to go for the steal with Magical Poppin'.
Oh, neither of you get the point. It was
That's fair.
Dragon's Lair, which
It
came
was
out in
Dragon's Lair.
1983.
It seemed too obvious. Seemed
See,
way
I
too
would-
obvious, right?
What
'Cause
year
it's
was that?
popular.
Because to me,
1983.
the
You
first
said
voices-
83.
The first voice I remember the game is like B-17 Bomber on the Atari or whatever. Are you talking about full voices?
Yeah, so this was the very first game that had full
full voices.
voiceover by an actor. Or
Gotcha. All right.
Okay.
Sorry about
Not
that.
just the first game to have
No,
a
that's
voice. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So that was Derek's question.
That was Derek. Yep. I'm up next.
Josh, in which game do you use the currency V-Bucks? Is it A, Vampire the Masquerade, B, Fortnite, C, Persona 5, or D, Boyfriend Dungeon?
That would be Fortnite. That one I do know.
That's too
I've-
easy.
So it's a
I've never
tie.
played. I've never played Fortnite in my life.
But the next one better be a gimme like that.
I've never played Fortnite.
What does GTA stand for?
It could be.
Greater Toronto Area. What are you talking about?
Derek, who is the main antagonist of BioShock? Is it A, Andrew Ryan, B, Arthas Menethil, C, Elma Wade, or D, Vas Montenegro?
I don't know. I've never played a BioShock except for the first 10 minutes, and then I turned it off because it's garbage. But I recognize the name. I still don't know who the real bad guy is of BioShock because I thought it was convoluted, but I don't know. It's the guy who created the world, as far as I know, based on just things I've heard. So what were the first two names again? Oh, sorry, the first name.
Andrew Ryan. B is
That sounds too
Arthas Menethil.
And that sounds intentionally convoluted,
C,
like Miles would do.
Alma Wade, and D, Vas Montenegro. I can tell you that all of these are antagonists in video games.
Okay, that's funny.
It's not just me making up.
I'm just gonna go with Andrew Ryan. It sounds too easy, but
Hey, that was the gimme. So, Derek is back out in the lead. I believe it's 3-2.
3-2. Now,
glad you're counting because I'm not.
was Vas Montenegro? Isn't he the bad guy in Far Cry 3?
Yep.
See, I've never played a Far Cry game either, and I need that one.
Alma.
From podcasts?
Can you get the?
Yeah.
Can you get the other two? Any guesses for the other two? Arthas Menethil and Alma Wade.
The Arthas one sounds like a Vampire Masquerade type thing or something. Some vampire game.
To be honest,
No,
I
I
forget
think it
that
would.
one. Alma Wade is Fear 2.
Okay, I've never played Fear.
Neither have I. All right. So,
All right. So my turn?
yeah,
My turn again?
it's your go. Which actor was not in a video game commercial?
Okay.
Jane Krakowski, Jack Black, Mark Paul Gosselaar, or Paul Rudd?
Two of those I've never heard of.
Right?
Mark Paul Gosselaar?
Yeah.
Saved by the Bell. Zack Morris.
Oh, was that Zack Morris? Oh, okay. I never knew his name.
Me neither.
I'm gonna go with him.
You're right. Damn it.
Hey!
You told him too much.
I told him too much. It's on me. He was in a Donkey Kong cereal commercial.
Oh, so close, but not. Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. But not quite. What were the other ones in?
Jane Krakowski was in, I think, Space Invaders. Jack Black.
Who is that?
Oh, she's she's Incredible Kimmy Schmidt. She's the rich lady.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
She was on Mad TV. Jack Black, he's an actor. He was in School of Rock.
Yeah, I know.
Paul Rudd. You might know Paul Rudd.
Yeah, Paul Rudd, 2021 Sexiest Man of the Year.
What video game was he in? Like video commercial?
Oh, Super Nintendo. He was in one for the Super Nintendo.
So a long time ago.
Yeah. All of them. Jack Black was Pitfall Harry for the Atari.
Yeah. Yes, that's true. I do remember that commercial.
All right, so this one is Derek's question. We're
tied up now, right?
Yeah, you're tied 3-3. Which of these games was awarded the very first Video Game of the Year award from the Game Awards, which originally aired on Spike TV? Mm-hmm. Is it A, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, B, Overwatch, C, Dragon Age Inquisition, or D, The Last of Us?
I don't know what year any of those games came out, but Spike TV is a long time ago. I can't remember what year this was of the Video Game Awards either, because I'm pretty sure I heard people talk about that. I like to talk my answers out because that's how I think about it.
That's good, yeah. It helps Josh, too.
Yeah, that's the problem with it.
It also makes
that's
good
the problem
podcast.
With it. Yeah, well, that's true, too. But it unfortunately helps Josh out is the biggest problem with it. Did you put that background on because this is the hot seat, Miles?
I'm not in the hot seat. I'm cozying up by the fire, and my presents are waiting for me.
Oh, okay. Last of Us, and what else was there?
Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, Overwatch, and Dragon Age Inquisition.
Those all seem like they're too new for me.
I know.
To be on that. But Dragon Age, I don't know.
This is specifically the Game Awards with Jeff Keighley.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like the very first award ever given to a video game.
No, for sure. But Spike like TV, I don't know, has been on TV for like 12 years, 15 years for Spike TV, hasn't it? I don't know. I'm going to say Dragon Age Inquisition because I think it's the oldest one of those.
Wow.
So Derek is in the lead. It seems like there's only one true gamer in the room. And we're going to find out who that is when we come to double points. Roster rollout.
We need the...
Speaking of good podcasting.
Yeah. Derek, where's the soundboard?
So we're going to go through video game rosters. A game will be picked by the person with the least amount of points. And then you're going to go back and forth with the names of the playable characters in the roster until there are none left or one of you can't think of one. So we can do this with... I have 5 different games. Then, Josh, you get to choose the first one. And then, Derek, you'll get to choose the last one for the final question. Okay?
Fine.
Okay.
So you can choose Street Fighter 2.
Just to be clear, none of this is okay.
It's all okay.
You both made my list. Continue.
Street Fighter 2, that's the original arcade.
Okay.
Mortal Kombat, same thing. Super Mario Kart for the SNES. Super Smash Bros. For the N64. Or Power Stone for the Dreamcast. If you're feeling expert mode.
So, do we have to pick games from that characters from that specific game, or
yes.
the entire series?
No, that specific game, and you have to go back. You'll say one, and then we'll go to the other person until.
Okay, we'll start easy mode, and I'll go Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo.
All right, Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo. We're gonna start with you. Name one character that's in Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo.
Mario.
Hey, guess what?
You're wrong.
Wrong. He's not in that one.
His name's Jumpman in that game.
So that was Josh. Okay, cool. Derek, you're up.
Peach.
Yeah, Princess Peach. Of course.
Luigi.
Hey, sticking with the fam.
I thought that's where Derek was going.
Derek, you're up.
I always go with Yoshi.
Yeah, one of my favorites. Josh.
Donkey Kong.
Here is where I trapped you.
He's not
Did
that
you
one?
know that it's actually Donkey Kong Jr. that's in Super Mario Kart?
Didn't know that.
Dang
but
it.
All right, so Derek is leading now 6 to
I
3.
can't believe this. I can't believe this.
And he has officially locked Josh out of possibly winning.
Oh, geez.
He's so far ahead. Josh cannot catch
I
up.
can't catch up.
But just for fun, Derek, pick a game.
Sorry, the Smash Bros. There was not doing
Power Stone on the Dreamcast.
Not a chance
The
in
first
hell.
one. It's just it's not the second one.
I've never played a single game on the Dreamcast. I played Mars Matrix, and that's it. And that was for 3 minutes to make sure my Dreamcast worked.
And you got Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat.
The originals. Sorry, original Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would not do good with either one of them, to be honest.
Smash Bros.
I won't do good with that either.
But you
Mario
can't
characters.
lose. What do you mean you won't do well?
yes. I still want to do good. Didn't I not tell you I'm competitive as hell? It's going to be Smash Bros. Just because that's the best one I can
All
do,
right.
I think.
Starting with you.
Unfortunately, probably Josh can too, but
Starting with
we're gonna start with Mario.
I have a fighting chance.
All right. Josh, you're up.
Oh, did Derek go? I thought Derek was going
Yeah,
first.
he
said
he
Mario,
said
yeah.
Mario.
He said Mario. Okay. Luigi.
No.
No.
I see. I was out anyway. See?
It was Mario, Donkey Kong, Link, Samus, Yoshi, Kirby, Fox, and Pikachu.
Oh, man. As soon as I said Luigi, I was like, nope. But
I actually played that game like this year.
have you? Okay. I played that
Show
game.
my nephew.
I played that game for the last time I played it was probably like 2006.
Luigi's not the
Maybe.
unlockable, right? Ness is. Ness and
That sounds right. I remember hearing that.
I just wanna be 100%. Or else we're going to Power Stone. Oh
Y'all
no!
caught me.
You screwed up and he's unlockable.
4 unlockable characters, including Luigi, Captain Falcon, Ness, and Jigglypuff.
So I guess I shouldn't be googling this.
Saved. Can you remember all the ones that Miles said?
No. We're moving on to a different category. So we got... I'm going to let Derek pick again because I screwed him on that one. But you only got Power Stone, Mortal Kombat, and Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Power Stone's still very available.
Mortal Kombat.
All right, give me a
First one though.
Mortal Kombat character.
My favorite, Raiden.
Of course, Raiden was
Okay.
there.
I'm going to go with Johnny Cage.
Johnny Cage was definitely there. I remember him. I swear I saw that
Punching
guy
people
there.
in the nuts.
I saw him there.
Derek,
Scorpion.
get over here. Of course, yeah, everybody remembers that catchphrase.
Yeah.
Josh.
Sub-Zero.
Yep, you got it.
We're doing better with Mortal Kombat than the Mario characters.
Right?
Mario's
Sonya
tricky.
Blade.
Yep, you got it.
Sorry, what was that one?
Sonya Blade.
Sonya, yeah. Striker?
Unfortunately, Striker came in, I think, in the third game.
Really? I thought he was in the first one.
No,
Who's the guy with the...
Kano?
Kano and Jax. Are the two.
Kano and Liu Kang.
Okay, Jax wasn't even in the
Jax
first
wasn't
or-
even that one, I think. I'll
Okay.
see. Jax. I was going between Jax and the other one. Jax and...
I always forget Kano's name.
Yeah.
I'm not a real gamer. Proven.
All right. So, as per the rules, I replaced Josh on the podcast. So once it started as only Josh's podcast.
I'm fine with this. Yeah.
Derek's wants me off now anyway.
I hope it wasn't too painful, Derek. I hope winning is
winning always makes up for it, but not fully.
but not for me.
Well, thanks, Miles. I liked it. I thought it was fun.
Now I have to put both of you in the hot seat.
Okay.
Okay.
You have questions?
I have questions. Yes. It's a love, marry, kill.
I have questions.
This Love, marry, kill is Miles' favorite section of our podcast.
Is it?
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
One time. I enjoyed it one time.
I did.
Okay.
Is this more Christmas movies?
No, not Christmas movies. Is that what you liked the most, or you hated it?
No, whatever. As long as it's not weird.
It's not.
It's
really
not
weird.
like races or something. Like
No.
because that would be weird.
Your favorite gender.
Yeah, like don't put me on that hot of a seat. Is what I'm saying.
No. This is a fun hot seat. It's like, at a carnival.
Okay, great.
All right, so you get to love, marry, or kill, and you pick which ones between bicycles, roller skates, skateboards. We'll start with Josh.
I'm gonna marry that bicycle right away. Marry that bicycle. 2 wheels. That's all I need. I'm going to. As much as I love skateboarding,
You can't love it and kill it.
I know. I know. As much as I love skateboarding, the last time I was on a skateboard, just a skateboard, not a
You
longboard.
hurt yourself?
I hurt myself. So I'm gonna kill the skateboard, and I will love the rollerblades.
This was roller skates, actually.
Oh, roller skates. That's fine. I go
Okay.
to. I'll do a
I
derby.
was thinking of whether I should do roller blades or skates, but roller blades are more classic. All right, Miles, what about you?
So I don't know if you knew this about me, but I can't ride a bike, and I have a terrible, terrible history with bicycles.
I did not know.
And
I'm sure Fraser could explain.
yeah, so I would throw that thing in the fire. Oh, sorry, I can't swear, right? I apologize. I would, that thing's dead. I would then, I've never done roller skates, but I loved ice skating when I was a kid. So, and I did rollerblades. So I would have a good time with them. Mm-hmm. And then I think I would marry the skateboard, not because I could ever, pilot a skateboard. Is that what they call it? Piloting a skateboard?
Of course, that sounds like the right terminology to me.
And but I do like Tony Hawk Pro Skater quite a bit, and I always like the idea of that person hanging out in a group who couldn't ride a skateboard but would always carry one around with them. That's like my vibe for life. So yeah,
That's good.
Miles loves the poser vibes. Yep. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
All right. If I have to answer it as well, which I don't,
course.
but I'm going to, I would marry bicycle as well. I love biking. It's been a long time, but I do like it. Between the two, roller skates, skateboards. I like skateboards. I like the idea of skateboards. I've never been good at them. So I would have to love roller skates and kill skateboards. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. We're going to start with Miles first.
Hey.
This one is cereal, waffles, pancakes.
All of them, all the time. Put that cereal on top of a pancake with a waffle on either side. That's a cereal sandwich.
Some whipped cream.
Pancake it up. You were talking about strawberries in the vanilla ice cream. Put some strawberries in there. Oh, I'm starving. I don't even know if I can answer this question. I want to go eat it. I think we're gonna. Whoa. I have to get rid of one of these things in my life.
You have to kill one. Yeah.
Pancakes, I guess.
Okay.
And then I would love waffles, but cereal. Oh boy, cereal. I do want to marry cereal.
Yeah. Okay. Josh?
I'm gonna kill cereal, guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna kill it.
Spoken like a man who's never had Captain Crunch.
Listen, I've been tainted by my upbringing. I got cereal sometimes, like when we were living in Canada, I got cereal, but when we were overseas, I never got it.
What about right now? Right now, what would you rather eat?
But I'm my
You don't have the nostalgia
from
for
my
it.
past.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't need nostalgia for cereal. You give me a brand new one off the shelf I've never had before, as long as it's good.
As long as it's got the weirdest mascot I've ever seen on it. That's how I choose my cereal.
Yeah. All right, you're gonna kill cereal.
I'm gonna kill cereal. I'm gonna love waffles, and I'm gonna marry a pancake.
I think mine's the same as Miles. I'm gonna marry cereal. I'm gonna kill pancakes and love waffles, because I do like me some waffles. But cereal takes the cake. Yeah. All right. Next one. We're gonna start with Josh again. Brownies, cookies, cupcakes.
What a day.
I'm gonna marry that brownie. I'll marry that brownie. Ugh, so delicious. Cookies I'm gonna love, and I think I'll kill the cupcakes. Too much. I don't like too much icing. I'm not an icing guy.
You don't have to have too much icing. It can be any kind of.
But
cupcake.
see, when you say cupcake, if you'd said muffin, it'd be different. But cupcake, I assume.
Cupcake and muffin are very different.
Yes.
There is icing, but it doesn't have to have a lot.
Every cupcake I've had has had lots of icing on it, especially when you go into like those fancy places, get the fancy cupcakes. That's like
the best is
that
when
icing
they hollow out that cupcake. They hollow it out and they put more icing in the middle. Get that cake out of there. It's a shell. It should only be a shell.
You take the cupcake, you break the bottom off of it, you put it on top, and it's a sandwich.
Yeah.
Eat it like
do
that.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Miles.
I can
what's
see
your
which way
answer?
Miles is going here.
Oh boy.
If you don't marry that cupcake, I'm gonna be upset.
I'm gonna throw the bike back in the fire.
Just for another round of fire. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to get rid of. You know what? I don't love brownies, so I'm gonna just get rid of them, and then I'm gonna love cupcakes, and I'm left with cookies. Yeah, all right, I could live with that.
Marry cookies.
Marry cookies.
Okay. My answer's the same as Miles again. First of all, cookies have so many options. You can have any kind of cookie.
You have a cupcake cookie.
I'm marrying cookies. Yeah, right? I'm gonna love cupcakes, and I'm gonna kill brownies because I don't like brownies for the most part.
Yeah.
Most brownies
Same.
I've ever had in my life are garbage. Anyway,
You're not having the right ones. You're not having the right ones.
I've had all kinds.
Not the
every
right ones.
single one.
Not made.
You
they're all
make me
made
some,
different.
and I'll show you. I know they are, and every one I've had has not been good enough.
You gotta get the
or
nice
wrong in
moist,
some way.
the nice moist brownie.
That's the worst.
Oh.
I'd rather crunchy ones. But
Yeah.
anyway, so next question: shortbread cookies, gingerbread cookies, or sugar cookies? Miles, you want to start that one?
Yeah, I think I'll kill shortbread, sugar cookies. I'll love those, and then I'm left with oatmeal raisin. No, gingerbread. Gingerbread, yeah. I do like gingerbread cookies. I like a little bit of kick, a little bit of spice to my sweet.
Miles,
Josh.
we are so different. I can't believe how different we are.
I know.
I'm gonna marry that shortbread cookie, man. Oh,
Are you like
that-
98 years old? Like, what's the matter with you?
I
Are you the one that
love-
liked rum raisin last time as well?
yes, I'm an old man.
Jeez. Probably gets the discounts at Value Village.
I go behind old people and say I'm with her. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I gotta marry that shortbread. My wife made shortbread cookies today, and they're upstairs, and I've been snacking on them, and I need to stop.
Terrible.
There's not gonna have any.
Miles, can you come in here and do this podcast with me? I'm killing shortbread. I'm gonna love gingerbread. I'm gonna marry sugar cookies as long as they have lots of icing on top, because that's important.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, last one.
I'm coming for a feast at Derek's place for sure. Derek, we're
wife-
gonna have breakfast. We're gonna have a tea time maybe.
My wife used to make cakes on the side for a job, like for the side job. And cookies and cupcakes. And yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Did not help my weight. So we've got the last one. I really wish I had found a third one that was better. But we're going to go with Candy Cane, Ferrero Rocher, and Cherry's Chocolate Orange. Candy Cane doesn't fit there, but I'm doing it anyway.
It's okay. I think Miles is up first on this one.
Oh, yeah.
First.
Whoever.
I think you're up first.
Let's keep a track.
But I don't mind going first because I think I know this for sure.
Whatever
This
yours
is
is,
easy.
mine's opposite.
We're throwing that chocolate orange right in the garbage. That chocolate.
There we go. Okay.
Chocolate orange.
We agree.
Who is that for even? Not for me. And then after that, we got Ferrero Rocher and candy cane.
Candy Cane.
Yeah. I love candy canes. I just ate 2 actually before we started recording. But I don't think I could live without Ferrero Rocher. I don't think the world would be worth it anymore at that point. so maybe we'll go Ferrero Rocher. Mary.
You're gonna marry it. Okay.
Wow, Miles, we actually agree. Mine's the exact same. Gotta marry that.
Wow.
Marry that Ferrero Rocher.
And you don't like the chocolate orange? You rather? Candy
No,
cane?
I don't. I remember thinking I would like it. Do you remember that the old commercial? The guy would take the orange and smack it, and then the lady in the bathtub would fall through the ceiling.
No, I don't remember.
I
that
mean-
one, but I bet you it's on YouTube.
It was
Honestly,
every young boy's dream.
no complaints about the execution and the experience of the chocolate orange. That's all great. It's the problem when you put the chocolate in your mouth. That's when things start to go
It goes bad.
It goes
It
bad.
real quick.
sours.
For me, that's my experience with Ferrero Rocher. I think they're terrible.
Oh,
So I would kill them. I'm going to marry the candy cane because candy canes are awesome. And the chocolate orange I'm going to love. Yeah.
Miles,
Right,
you,
that's it.
Miles,
We're-
you still
we're on
going
the
to
hot
Derek's
seat.
house? You still going there?
Yeah, but then I'll come to your
Well,
place
lots
for a
of candy
nightcap.
canes. So many candy canes. It's good.
Came all the way to Josh's place for one Ferrero Rocher.
His house is only 10 minutes from my place. It's not a
I'll
big
hold it out.
deal.
There you go.
Oh, my wife likes Ferrero Rocher. We've got some here. They're just not for me.
Ugh.
That was fun,
Tell her,
guys.
tell her to set yours aside, and I'll come get them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I think that's fair.
We'll have a trivia here waiting for you.
Okay.
Is there like a box of chocolates or something for the holidays that you remember having most years growing up? Or like Pot of Gold
there
was like your family.
Pot of Gold and After Eight mints.
Oh, yeah.
After Eight chocolates were a big one.
Yeah.
My mom would always come home with boxes of the After Eights, and we'd just bust them out and watch a movie or play cards or something.
The best thing about the After Eights was that they were individually sleeved. And I just wanted that job growing up. I want to be an After Eights sleever. You know,
One for you, one for me. One for you, one for me. I'm pretty sure a machine did that job, sorry.
classic machines taking their jobs.
Right? All the good
All
jobs.
the sweet chocolate jobs.
Miles will man the machine.
Yeah.
To watch.
Quality control.
I'm gonna further prove how old I am as a human. We always had brandy beans in the house. Brandy beans is my chocolate that I do.
God.
I don't even know
Especially
I
on
don't know
holidays.
what that is. I gotta look it up. Brandy beans.
Brandy
I know
beans?
of it, but they're
It's like little chocolate beans with brandy in them.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, we had these a lot too. I just didn't know what
I don't
they're.
think we ever had
Do you
them.
know what? Like, my mother's family is German, and they would send us boxes of like chocolate, like parcels of German things, and these were always included. And
Yeah.
Milka.
That's my
Milka.
That's my dad's side of the family is all German, and that's where we would have them. We'd have the brandy beans, and I remember being like, 10 or under, and my Oma giving them. She's like, "Here, you gotta take this, but you can't bite it in half. You gotta eat the whole thing at once. If you bite it in half, all that brandy goes down on your, it just spills all over you." So I was like, "What is it?" So,
Speaking of Milka chocolate, strawberry Milka chocolate is delicious.
I've never had that. I didn't even know it existed.
Yeah, my German friend brought some when he came over, my German previous coworker. And then when I went to Germany for work, I brought some back because it was so good. Yeah. And paprika chips he really liked.
Oh yeah,
didn't like
I didn't. I don't.
yeah, those
I
would be good.
I didn't really like those either, but it was cool.
Yeah.
When I saw them, I had to try them.
They had paprika chips at like Zaire is like their world of flavor chips. I think they had a paprika one. So.
Well, that was a great question you asked, Miles, because it leads into our questions that we got on the Discord.
Ooh, here we go.
Those are for you two, though.
You can answer too.
You're already
No,
here.
I'll just reflect upon your answers.
That's fine too, as long as your reflection includes your answer. So the first question was from Nintendo Hodge, and he said, "What are your Christmas Eve and Christmas Day traditions?" Josh, you got any?
I guess I'm going first. Christmas Eve traditions. Well, since I got married, actually no. Yeah, I'm married, I guess. But since my parents have been in the area, Christmas Eve has changed to now we go to my wife's family for Christmas Eve, and we do that Christmas Day with them, and then Christmas Day we go to my parents, or my parents will come here, so we do it with my family. We don't have a lot of traditions, really. Like growing up, it would be different. Christmas Eve would be with my dad's. It was switched, so we'd go to my dad's side of the family on Christmas Eve, and then my mom's side on Christmas Day. Then Christmas Eve would be like, the old day where we'd go out and chop a tree down from the forest and bring it in and decorate it. Yeah, on Christmas Eve. Yeah.
Squirrel and all.
That's wild.
But my grandma, my Oma and Opa, the German, right? They lived up at Huntsville, right, on a big country lot, like no one around for miles. So it's just go out in the bush, jump on the tractor or the snowmobile, and go out and grab a tree and drag it home, and so that's about it.
Funny.
But now
I grew up on a farm and we didn't even do that.
Hey, what can we say? I think later it turned into buying a tree, but when we were really young, it was always an adventure, right, to go out and chop down the tree. So
When I was younger, like before getting married or before moving away from home, Christmas Eve we would always open or eventually we started with opening one gift at under the tree, or we'd open just the stockings. No, stockings is first thing in the morning. It was open one gift from mom and dad, and then when the next day we'd open everything else. But since then, since I'm married and my wife has her family traditions, we go to her mother's house Christmas Eve during the day, and we open all the gifts from each other, and then we wake up in the morning and we open the things from Santa, including stockings for us and the kids. And then Christmas Day we started a few years ago. We come home and do everything with our kids here, open up all the presents and stuff. So that's all we really do for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day.
yeah, that's good.
Miles, what do you do?
I kind of stopped celebrating Christmas.
Despite what your background shows.
Yeah. So I don't really do it anymore. As a kid,
But Catherine still does.
She does with her sister's side. Like her sister has kids, so she goes over there. And
I meant she buys you gifts, and you're just like, nah, I don't participate.
Well, we usually just pick something we both want and buy it.
Yeah.
So this was
true, yeah.
this year we just got a PS5. So
Sounds terrible.
You could find
That's
one?
terrible.
yeah, I found one
Wow.
2 days ago,
Wow.
and then we bought it together.
On eBay?
No, I just walked into a GameStop Canada.
Nice.
And I was
Nice.
holding a copy because I went in to buy this game about I don't know if you've heard about this game where you're a sugar glider. You're like a sugar baby. And it's like a nature documentary. You just live as this sugar glider. Anyway, I went in to get that. And then I came out with a PS5.
Sounds like flour.
Yeah.
That kind of
Yeah,
game.
that's
Okay.
kind of what I'm hoping it's like.
You haven't played it yet because the PS5 took over your attention?
Yeah, we haven't hooked it up yet. Probably this weekend because we have to reorganize everything now, right?
There was Microsoft sent out a notice being like, hey, if you've got an Xbox, fire it up and activate it now before Christmas because the servers might go down or like there might be outages and stuff. Yeah. And someone else put on, I think John Riggs put on a tweet of Wii U's system being down this week or today. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from too many people using it. I don't know.
Well, because they have
Weird.
a sale on. The eShop sales are all.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's probably it. So they're warning that if you're going to do it before before Christmas itself, so that everybody else who has one in a box doesn't also fill up the network.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Christmas Eve. It's a new Christmas Eve tradition.
We're so busy. We won't even have time to play it, I think. But Catherine's off this week. She's probably going to hook it up and start playing Spider-Man or something.
Ooh, I'm jealous.
Cool.
As a kid, my tradition was I would wait until my parents were busy doing something, and I'd look for the presents everywhere, like that were hidden. You know,
we knew where my mom kept them all the time. Yeah, that she kept them in the same place every year. Bedroom closet.
Yeah, I found it in our spare room closet, just kind of tucked away on the top shelf. TurboGrafx one year, and I was like, ooh, baby. And then when my mom wrapped it, she actually had the handle of the TurboGrafx sticking out because it had a carrying handle on the box. And I was like, I know what that is. It's TurboGrafx.
That's funny. It's like my son. My son looks at the gifts. I know what that is.
I would just spend so much time just hanging out under the tree shaking things.
Yeah, we got in trouble for that.
Yeah, we were not allowed to do that.
Yeah. My brother was the worst. I remember one year, actually, I had a Tonka truck. And I don't remember if I actually opened it or what, but I remember getting in trouble because the paper was ripped and you could see inside. I'm picturing it as the box having like an opening at the front where you could see the Tonka truck when it was on the shelf.
Yeah.
And
Just a
like
weak
I
spot.
pushed on it or something, and it like went right in. And I'm like, hey, I'm getting a Tonka truck. That's
not
my
anymore.
vague memory of it. Yeah.
Surprising
that
you
would
can
be
remember it after
possible,
the beating you got.
right? I played with that thing like crazy. Okay, our next question, because this is taking a long time to answer each question.
Wow, good. That's content.
It's true, it is content, and we love a long podcast. I hope all of our listeners do. From Top Spot 123 says, "What is the best / most memorable Christmas gift you have ever received and or given?"
Miles was TurboGrafx.
It was the TurboGrafx.
Yeah, that was mine. Was not the Tonka truck, but so I was trying to think of this. I'm like, I don't know. To my wife, like, what is a good gift I've got? I can't even think of anything. And I was thinking at one time that I was going to say it was Crash Test Dummies, or the Incredible Crash Dummies. I got like the car and the truck and a bunch of guys, and I'm like, I don't remember if that was birthday and Christmas or what. And my wife's like, what about your trip to Florida? I'm like, I forgot all about that. So when I was in grade 2, my mom, I guess she came up with the idea of us all going to Florida and going to Disney World. And she used the excuse of, well, there's a conference there. She's a hairdresser, and there's a hairdressing conference in Florida, so she can write off part of the trip as an expense, right, for her business. So she made it happen, and we went to Florida. And I don't think we could have afforded it or anything, but we went, and she hid little notes throughout the house that led to each other, right, like a scavenger hunt type thing, where give a wording that would tell you it's in the dryer, and then that you go to the sink, and then that you go to the microwave or whatever, and eventually ended up us going into the tree, and in the tree she hid a wallet for each of us that was Disney themed and bright neon colors. I still remember them, and notepads were something else she hid somewhere else that was again Disney stuff. Mine was Goofy, I remember still. And in the wallet was American money, and I think like fake tickets to Disney World or something like that to tell us we're going to Disney World. And that's what I remember. And I still remember that trip from when I was in grade 2. We have pictures as well that help remember, right? But I remember being there and like some fireworks show over the water with these little boats that were launching the fireworks. And yeah, grade 2-ish.
Wow, it was a long time ago.
Yeah, 1992, I'm pretty sure.
I don't think I remember anything from grade 2.
I mean, that was a beautiful setup to that gift, right? Like, how could you forget that after she did that, all those notes and everything?
And we drove there.
Wow.
We did not fly. I had not taken an airplane until my honeymoon, but we drove there. It was a 24-hour drive. I don't remember. I think we stayed in hotels along the way. Probably only one, knowing my dad. He'd easily drive for 12 hours. Yeah. Josh?
Mine was the Sega Game Gear that I got.
Oh!
I totally thought you were going to say some old man candy or something.
Some brand
I got a cane. I got a walking stick. It's the best one I've ever had.
My grandpa gave me a pipe.
So it goes good with your brandy, doesn't it?
Exactly. No, I remember sitting watching TV with my grandma, and a Sega Genesis commercial came on the TV, and then she just looked at it. Was right before Christmas. It was like maybe a month or two before Christmas, and I remember she turned to me and she said, "Is that what you want for Christmas?" Because I was like, eyes glued. Like I've never owned a console at all, right? Like I just never owned one. Never got one before. I'd played them before, and my cousins had a Genesis, and I liked the Genesis. But then she said, "Is that what you want for Christmas?" And I said, "Yes, but not the Genesis. I want the portable one, the handheld one." Because it was like at the end, they show all the models they have, so Genesis and Game Gear. And my reasoning was because we traveled so much, I wanted something that I could play in the car. Little did I know it would take 6 batteries, and I could only play it for 2 hours. But
the batteries probably cost a fortune.
Yeah. So it was, but that was my plan, was to play games in the backseat, which I did for a while.
Once.
Well, then we finally got like battery packs. You could charge it up, and even then you'd only get like 2 hours out of them. And then we'd run out, and then I think once in a while my dad would stop and pull into a gas station and buy us batteries.
You can get a cigarette lighter adapter for it, right?
You could have back then, yes, but we never had one.
Did you have an adapter?
What do you
like a wall? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how we would charge it. That's how we charge the battery pack that we'd put on it. Or if we got to like someone's house, that we could charge it or play it off the charger. But I mean, I don't regret my decision because it still got me out of so much boredom sitting in the back of cars.
Do you remember which one you got? Like, did it come packaged with something, or?
It came packaged with Battletoads.
No way!
Yeah.
That is sick.
And it's probably worse pack-ins than that. Could have got way worse pack-ins.
Mine was a Tailspin pack-in.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Tailspin. What the?
I like that TV show, but I don't know if the game's any good.
I have that game, and I've gotten pretty far in it, but I never beat it. So, never beat Battletoads either, to be honest. But
yeah,
I've gotten further in Tailspin than I ever got in Battletoads.
Fair enough.
Miles, anything?
Oh, best gift was the TurboGrafx.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Sorry. I forgot it was too
I also
easy.
got a Sega Game Gear for one other Christmas, but my experience with it wasn't. And a PS1, yeah,
and a PS5 for Christmas,
and PS5,
yeah. And when my wife and I got married that year, we bought each other a TV and a PS3.
Ooh, nice. We did something very similar.
TV's still working.
Nice.
TV's still back here working.
Yeah.
PS3 died.
Aw, too bad you don't have like 5 backups.
Right? No, I have one. I have 4 dead ones in the garage, if you want those. All right, the next question's from this Miles guy. I don't know him. What's the craziest New Year's party you've ever been to?
Miles got to answer his own question.
No.
Jeez, didn't see that one coming.
That's why
I actually don't have a New Year's. I don't have a story for this.
I don't believe you've never been to a New Year's party.
Oh, I've been to New Year's parties, but
exactly.
They've all been.
Have you been to a crazy one?
No. How about one of you go first, and then I'll drum something up. We'll see.
All right, Derek, go first.
I've never been to a crazy one, but there was one when I went to in high school where my girlfriend at the time, it was like people from the same town she grew up in, and the one guy was having people overnight, which would have been my first like stay overnight party with boys and girls there. So we were going, and then like the day before, she's like, "I'm not coming. Neither is my brother, who was my friend at the time. Her twin brother, that was my friend." And I'm like, "Well, that's just weird. Why aren't you guys coming to the party?" But I guess I'm going to stay overnight. This is the first hint that she was going to break up with me, and she didn't come. We barely talked around that time at all. And then at the party, another girl was like a little flirty and stuff, and then literally grabbed my junk when we were under the blankets, because it was me and 3 girls under the blankets, and I'm like, this is probably not a great idea.
Derek's a player.
My girlfriend might be breaking up with me, but I still probably shouldn't be in this situation. I don't remember there was another guy in the bed. It was like, I don't remember if it was even a bed or a couch. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it was a fold-out couch. But anyway, one of the girls was really drunk and grabbed my junk, and I'm just like, I should say no. This is bad. This is a bad situation to be in. These people I know way too well to even think about anything like this, and I'm still with my girlfriend, so nothing happened. Yeah. And I liked the other girl that was in the bed. I was like, well, if I do break up with my girlfriend or she breaks up with me, eventually I'm going to go for that girl. The other one that was also flirty. Yeah, it was terrible.
This story could have ended in so many ways that could have got you canceled on the spot.
Yes, it could have. It could have.
You played it right, though.
It didn't.
Good for you.
Yeah, we were broken up not long after that, I think. Should almost try and do the math of when that actually was.
But check your spreadsheet.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have a relationship spreadsheet. That's surprising. I bet you Eric does, though.
I bet you Eric has your relationship spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Eric, please confirm.
Eric's is probably just Melissa filled down.
I don't have anything crazy. I didn't sleep on a couch with 4 other people. Probably my craziest one was overseas. We used to buy like fireworks and firecrackers off the street, like totally illegal to have, but everyone had them. So and just we would set off fireworks. Me and my friends, we'd shoot them on the air.
African jails aren't that bad anyway, right?
I mean, they're illegal, but everyone has them, so it's kind of like a group immunity kind of thing. So collective immunity.
I don't think that means what you think that means.
So, but yeah, we did stupid things with the fireworks. Like we would line up on a wall and shoot fireworks at each other, and like we could have put an eye out easily. But, when you're teenagers, you don't care.
Every time he tells an overseas story, I wonder how he's still alive.
Hey, I'm still here. I'm broken, but I'm still here. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
And then actually, the last time I was overseas for New Year's is when I proposed to my wife. So that's kind of crazy because that kind of completely changed my life after that.
What a mistake.
If she's listening,
Still
that was
paying
Derek
for
that
it.
said that.
Yeah, she knows. I'm sure she knows.
Well,
Miles, did you come up with something?
After that, I have to follow a marriage proposal and a Ménage Quatro. I don't know, man. I've been to like some crazy parties, but none of them were for New Year's. I went once with Frasier. There's always like a big thing. So he's with the R3 podcast. I think
you don't need to talk about his big thing, okay?
But Nathan Phillips Square in Toronto usually has like a big like celebration for New Year's, and we went there once. But it was so cold, we left early, and we were on the subway on our way back, and we saw on our watches that it was midnight. And to celebrate, we flipped the bird to these 2 guys who were waiting for another train on the opposite end. And that's how we celebrated. And I mean, I'm never going to forget it. That was a great New Year's. At the time, we were like, what a bust. Now I think back at it, and I'm like, that was actually pretty fun.
I mean, my next craziest story is about babysitting my nephew on New Year's and watching Carrot Top on TV. So,
wow.
I mean...
Jeez.
Yeah.
We should confirm with Frasier to get Miles' best stories.
Oh, I've got some other stories, but they just didn't happen on New Year's. What's the next question? Maybe something will come up.
Something will pop up.
The next question is not related to stories, but from Mrs. Q-Dog, eggnog, yay or nay?
It's a big fat egg no.
I agree.
Different times in my life, I'd give you different answers, to be honest. Now,
okay, right now?
Now I think I would. It's been a long time, but I would have a glass. Sure, why not? Put some rum in there.
That's her follow-up question is it spiked?
Mine would be.
If I ever had to have it, it would have to be, yes.
Mine wouldn't be if I wouldn't drink it. Period.
Would you drink it if it went by its original name, Milk Punch?
I was gonna bring that in here, and I never did. But no, that sounds terrible.
Milk Punch doesn't make it sound better to you guys?
No,
Old-timey Milk Punch.
Yum.
I don't want a punch from my milk, thank you.
I would punch.
Do you know what's better than creamy milk? Punch.
I would
Put 'em
punch that
together.
milk.
This milk is missing a little bit of punch.
Well, yeah, if it's spiked.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, the next question is from Dean, Round 2 Gaming. He said, if Santa hired you to work at the North Pole, would you rather, option 1, tend to the reindeer, including brush them, scoop their poop, and get free rides, or manage the elves, including HR disputes, union paperwork, and free toys? Miles, what do you think?
Oh man, I'm with the elves. Are you kidding me? Scooping a poop? Pass. I'm managing HR disputes with elves. That sounds like a movie that I want to be a part of.
I'm taking the reindeer, man. Poop is whatever to me. I worked on a farm. That's no big deal. But to be able to fly with the reindeer? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I can't.
I've seen how the reindeer fly. There are very few safety precautions.
I got a bungee cord. What are you talking about?
Just bring a parachute. You're good. I can't answer. I don't know what my answer is. Because the reindeer, I think, you got lots of time to, listen to podcasts or something. You can do that stuff, no problem. Shovel poop, brush the reindeer. Who cares? That's easy. But you don't need to deal with people is the nice part, I think, of. Whereas if you deal with the elves, I got to imagine, there's a lot of elves. That's a lot of work. I don't know if I want to deal with all those people.
Just tell them to shut up and get back to work. That's all you gotta do. That's what HR does.
You don't have to worry about it because it's the parents buying the gifts anyway. So who cares?
You gotta censor that, Josh.
Earmuffs.
I think I might have to go with the reindeer too. I don't want to deal with elves. It could be cool though. They could be really fun. So I gotta do a 1-day trial of each and decide. I think
we talking rare exports elves here because that's different.
Yeah, that's true. I don't want to be around those elves, those dongs hanging out.
They're just passionate about their work.
All right, that's the last question.
That was it. Did you say those questions are from Discord?
Yeah, from our Discord.
Okay, yeah. So if you wanna. If listeners want to join the Discord, you get to ask us questions. Those Twitter people don't answer us when we ask for stuff, so we go to the Discord now.
Yeah. Well. So, in following up on last month's podcast, we had a bet.
Oh yeah.
The bet was when we recorded, we bet on whether or how many times all professional reviewer reviews on Metacritic for Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach for PS4 would have the word scare, scared, scaries, any of those combinations. And we all made bets. Unfortunately, Metacritic has either not aggregated the scores or any reviews, or maybe they don't consider these reviews to be actual reviewers. I don't know for sure. For all I know, this game is a freaking DLC. I have no idea. I just picked the games. I figured it was going to have reviews, and it's Five Nights at Freddy's. Why not? But I did find 2 reviews, and that's it. Like Kotaku and somebody called noobfeed.com. I don't know. We basically can't do the bet because there's no answer. Yeah. Unfortunately.
Oh well, we'll have to. Poor Bill will have to wait in suspense.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if I go based on just, let's say last time I had said I went with a reviews of what game was that I picked? GTA 5?
Maybe.
Or something like that. And I thought we came up with there being 18 reviews or something like that. I think.
Something like that, yeah. We kind of did the quick statistics.
Yeah. And between the 2 that I have here, if I just did scare or scary, whatever, SCAR, and search for that, Scar, essentially, then we have one review says the word once, and the other review says it twice.
I think we gotta wait. We gotta wait for a full
I know it's not verbatim.
Okay.
It's not for sure. I'm just estimating if we did have an average of 1.5 on 18 reviews, it would be 27 times. And our bets were 8 from me, Bill is 60, and Josh was 30. So Josh would have been the closest. But I don't remember if we were doing over thing. I said without going over, but I think Bill misinterpreted it, and he meant the answer was not over yours, not yours, not over the answer.
Yeah,
like
I don't
Bryce
know.
Wright.
I'd have to listen back.
So whatever.
We'll
we would
figure
probably just do the closest. But
yeah.
anyway, there's nothing there, so we have to check back. Oh, but the game came out on the 16th of December. I suspect they just aren't aggregating this game because it's not a popular one. That's my assumption anyway.
Okay.
So either we do it again or we just forget it. I don't know what we're gonna do with that one. It was just my idea for copying another podcast thing.
Maybe we like copying things.
Yeah.
Well, Miles, we don't want to hold you for the whole episode. I know we go for like hours and hours and hours. So, I mean, if you want to,
Yeah,
I don't want to kick you out by any means.
If
but
you want to nope out, feel free.
Here's the thing, like, I don't know if you tell people that you record this ahead of time, but tomorrow is Christmas Eve, and I have to go into the office. So,
I'm very
so
sorry.
I gotta head.
Meaning you gotta get out of bed and go to your living room? Is that
No,
your
I actually have to
okay.
go into the office. Yeah, it's awful. But anyway, see you guys. It was
Thank you
fun.
for coming.
on.
It was a
Yeah.
blast.
Even if you ambushed me, it was still fun.
Okay, I'm glad you. I feel forgiven.
Only because I won.
Okay.
If I hadn't won, I might have just kicked you out and blocked you on every social media platform.
It's very possible. All right. Take care, guys.
Well, thank you, Miles. We really
Talk to you
appreciate you
again
coming on. Thank you for holding back on the secret and not letting Derek know that you were coming on.
I was worried. I've been worried about this all week.
You're terrible people.
Okay, bye.
All right. Bye. Thanks for coming. Yeah, as soon as you said I don't like trivia, I'm like, I just immediately messaged Miles, and I'm like, when are you coming on?
Because you're terrible. Terrible human being. Even worse friend.
Hey, we're coworkers at this point, right?
Isn't it only work if you get paid?
I don't know. Volunteer work. It's got to be coworkers, right? You're not friends if you work together and volunteer.
Maybe, yeah.
So, anyways, if anyone listening thought that trivia sounded like fun and would like to join, I think we might do a couple more on the Discord. I know I'm pushing Discord right now, but we might be doing a couple more, and we might be doing teams or individuals. Miles will probably head that up as well, and obviously you can hear he's a great guy. So he makes it fun, accessible.
He does.
And
Even if Josh isn't a real gamer.
hey, I never claimed to be. So. Speaking of being a real gamer, though, I did beat a game this month.
Whoa.
Can you believe it?
I played a game. Does
Did
that count?
For you, yes, because you only play games. You don't beat games. I played and beat my friend Pedro on the Nintendo Switch.
I saw that tweet.
I
need to finish that game.
I bought that game when it came out. I bought it full price digital, which I rarely do. That was like a standout game for E3 that year, and I was very excited
Agreed.
to come out. Thoughts on the game? It is fun, but I feel like my character is just moving so slowly and so imprecisely. Feels like I'm underwater when I'm playing the game, like the character itself. Especially later in the
There's something
levels,
weird.
later in the game when it's asking you to do like very precise, like platforming sections of the game, and that part gets hard, unfortunately. But other than that, the idea behind it is fun. It's very stupid. You're talking through your friend Pedro, which is a banana. And he's talking to you and basically telling you to kill people, and it's just dumb platform fun.
Not like School Riot kill people, but like...
Yeah,
these
you're
are
killing bad guys.
Yeah. Just thought I'd clarify that point. I have this game, and now I'm trying to remember where I have it, because I want to check how many hours I played of it, or how long I played of it. Okay, I have it on Steam. I played it for 76 minutes.
I was going to say 78 hours. I'm like, what?
No. I've only got 7 out of 30 achievements.
Yeah, it's
a fun game though, but I do find the physics to be hard to predict.
It's a little janky, I think. I think I would much prefer them to be a little bit more snappy, in my opinion, but
it's still really fun.
Yeah, it is good. That was my game, and then I started playing Ape Out, which is another one I bought when it came out.
Yeah,
which is like an escaped gorilla.
That one was free on Epic Games, and I missed that. That's the one free Epic game I missed.
That was a good one.
The only one I've missed. Speaking of which, was there a new one today I missed?
I think it's still available. I don't think you've missed it.
I usually see them. Yeah,
they're doing some repeats this month.
Twitter.
So
they're doing a lot of them because they're doing 14 days of giveaways.
Yeah.
Which,
by the time you're listening to this, you've missed. But get on Epic Games. And
yeah, if you play on PC. No, it's Vampire right
today. I don't have that one. Yeah. I'll get it now while I'm doing this.
I already have it, I think.
On Epic?
Yeah, pretty sure I do.
I haven't missed anything yet, and I don't have it. So.
And maybe I just got it. Maybe I just got it today or yesterday. Because I think they refresh it.
They refresh at 11 a.m. Eastern.
Okay. I was going to say it's either 11 or 1. I couldn't remember which one it was. But. So. Okay. Yeah. Ape Out I also do have on Steam, but I haven't played yet.
It's good. It's short. Like you can, if you know what you're doing, you can run through the whole thing in 30 minutes. I'm a little bit not as good, but I'm about halfway through the game. It's getting tough now. Before now, it's not that hard, but it's cool because the game soundtrack reacts to your movements when you squish somebody or throw someone into a wall. That's when it's freestyle jazz kind of happening. So the drum crashes are happening to tune with what you're doing in the game. So you throw someone against the wall and they splatter against the wall, then you get the cymbal crash on the soundtrack, and it's reactive to what's happening on screen versus set to what it is.
Random question for you.
Okay.
Did you ask Miles to record his audio?
I did, and I'm just confirming that he did.
Okay. I just thought it'd be really entertaining if he hadn't recorded it. I didn't know, but
we'll see if he gets back to me. But he
not to totally interrupt and derail you, but
yeah, no,
I want to play Ape Out pretty bad. But
yeah, it's good. And then right now, like, there's so many like digital game sales happening right now, like Epic, Steam, PS,
some crazy ones,
PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo. Like, I'm gonna probably spend another like $20-$30 on Nintendo tonight or tomorrow.
Did I tell you about Steam gift cards I've been buying?
Yes, because you're trying to get enough to buy the.
Yeah, I don't know what the final price is gonna be of the Steam Deck yet, but I'm close.
Okay.
So it's $4.99. Is that the?
I think that's the low one.
Yeah. I'm getting close.
Getting close, eh?
Yeah. I think I know Christmas is generally a good time to buy them from people because people get them and don't want them. Or I've actually seen 2 or 3 people post already saying, I've got Steam gift cards for sale because they bought it for a get-together that is no longer happening because Ontario's get-together rules changed to lower the number of people. So yeah, I'm about
better keep watching.
Under $200 left, I guess, if I want to include tax.
Plus tax, yeah. Plus shipping.
No, this is after tax.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. There are some I gotta message people. I only wanted to buy them in person because it's just easier to be safe.
Yeah.
But I had a guy who messaged me and didn't realize that I was in Waterloo and he's Newmarket.
Okay.
So he's like, "Is there some way we can work this out? I've got these things, I can't use them." And then he misunderstood how much I was gonna pay for them because I said I'm only paying 80% of face value.
Yeah.
Anyway, it worked out, but he proposed that I pay half of one card, then he sends me the code. Then I pay half the other half that card and half the next card, and he sends me the code, and then I pay the last half of the last card.
Okay.
And that's what we did, and it worked out great, and I got freaking $100 out of it.
Oh wow!
For $80. So, and then I had another person I did it with yesterday for another set of cards. But there's a couple on Kijiji or Facebook that are selling the cards now, and I just need to write up that that idea
Yeah.
to them and see if they want to do it. So that's what I need to do soon. One of the people has $150 in cards.
Oh yeah,
I'm
that
like,
could be.
"Ooh, I need
That's
to."
a good chunk of change there.
Yeah, it's just 50. If there's 3 cards at $50 each, I gotta transfer 20, have them send me the code, then transfer another 40. You know.
Yeah, it's back.
It's just,
a lot of,
if I get ripped off, it's gonna be $20 basically.
yeah, which is
This
better
way.
than 50.
Yeah, way better. Or I'm only gonna pay 40 per $50 card.
Yeah, sorry,
But
yeah,
still,
40.
yeah.
So
Yep.
it's a good strat if it works.
Yeah.
So far, so
I
good.
can't wait for it to work.
Well, I
There's
watched
like
some
quite a
movies.
bunch. Oh. Yeah.
I watched the newest Ridley Scott movie, which is called The Last Duel, with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. They are reuniting.
Why have I never heard of this?
It's on my Plex.
Oh, it came out this year.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason maybe I hadn't heard of it. Damon's got
Matt, yeah,
some kind of big beard or goatee thing.
he's
here?
got
Oh,
a
it's
he's
beard,
got
okay.
a
Okay.
wicked mullet on that.
Okay.
It takes place in the Middle Ages. It's based on a true story. But what I liked about this movie, well, I'll say the first. Okay, before I say I liked it, while I was watching the movie, I didn't really know what I was getting into. I knew vaguely what it was about, and I didn't watch much after that because I like going to kind of
That's
movies
kinda
kind of
good.
blind, right? I don't
Yeah.
want to know a lot about them. So when I was watching the movie, I was not thinking a whole lot about like the performance. The performance that I was seeing was very wooden. It was very, I almost want to say bad. It wasn't bad, but it didn't feel authentic. It felt like very showy, very put on. And I was just like, maybe Matt Damon is losing it. I don't know what's going on. Ben Affleck is not it's not working. And I was about, like, it takes a lot for me to turn off a movie. I don't turn off movies. Like, I will watch it to the bitter end. Unless it's really bad or I'm really not interested.
You ever watched the movie Sunshine?
Yes, I have seen that one.
I think that's one I turned off.
That one's, I do like, that's the Danny Boyle one, right? Where they're in the spaceship.
Yeah, it's terrible.
The first half.
Oh, I did watch it.
The first half of that movie is great. When it turns into like the stalker horror.
I'll give you a
at the
third.
end, the last third of it, I don't agree. I don't really like that part of it. But I like the concept of Sunshine. I like the setup. I like the set. I like everything about it.
I consider it similar to Hollow Man in that way.
Yeah, I guess.
The
I haven't seen that
idea
one
is
that
good,
much, but-
and then it's Hollow. I always say Sunshine is Hollow Man in space.
yeah.
Essentially, kind of. Yeah. Anyway.
But just like probably like the back end of it, right? The last.
Yeah, that's really the problem.
I like
is that.
yeah, because it becomes
The
a horror
concept
movie
is
at the end of
okay.
it, and I
But I think I remember the acting being bad in Sunshine or something. I don't remember. Something was wrong with it.
I really love the setup. I love movies where like characters are put into a situation where they're having problems and they have to work together to solve them. And I like when that solution isn't always clean, because in real life solutions aren't always clean.
Mm-hmm.
And that there's a lot of moral questions put out in that movie that I liked. I like them kind of exploring how do we choose who gets to live and who doesn't. And it wasn't a malicious way. It was just we don't have enough air for everyone to live kind of situation. I like that side.
Yeah, see, I think the reason they got in that situation was the problem that bothered me the most. It was all the stupid stuff that's never going to actually happen.
Yeah, but I mean, it is science
That
fiction too. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways,
There's good science fiction than bad. Anyway,
going back to
this last duel.
going back to Last Duel. The movie starts with like the truth according to so and so, and it's the first character, which is Matt Damon. So I was just watching, and I didn't think anything of it. Like I said, the performance was very wooden. It felt very fake and phony. I was just like, I wasn't liking it. I was going to turn it off. And then all of a sudden it switches and it says the truth according to the next character, which is played by Adam Driver. And this is another trigger for me that I don't like. I don't like movies where you see the same events over and over and over. probably bad, but I'm not a huge fan of Groundhog Day for that same reason. It's the same thing over and over and over. Vantage Point, another movie I don't like because Vantage Point is the same events, but you're just seeing the same event from different obvious vantage points because that's the name of the movie.
But does it at least make you think when it does that? That's the thing that would save it to me. Is if it's like that point of view, like you're saying it's retold from another person's point of view. If Matt Damon then plays less Woody and more of a douchebag, for example, because that's how that person sees him.
You've got it. That's what they do differently in this movie. But see, in other movies, they don't do that. It's the same thing over and over. Nothing changes.
Just a different camera angle.
Yes.
For example.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like that gimmick, but this gimmick, again, it's the truth according to his character, right? So when he's portraying the truth, if he's
but
telling
they preface that, they let you know that
they did, but I didn't know they were going to go through all the characters
for sure. Yeah,
right.
I can see that happening,
and so that's why the first third of the movie, I'm just like, what is this? This isn't working. I don't like this because it's him telling the story as if he's the brave one. He's the macho man, you know. So when he comes into a situation, he's saying a very bravado thing. I'm like, what? Who says that, right? When it's happening in real life, he wouldn't say that, but because he's remembering and he's kind of puffing himself up in a way.
Embellishing,
he's saying it that way.
But it almost would have been better that way. If he's the problem with that, maybe they should have changed the order of them. Or if they prefaced
I don't think they could have
because
because
like an interview type
because
thing.
of the order of the movie. If you see the
that's what I
second
figured you were
perspective
gonna say.
first, what happens, it gives away the rest of it.
Yeah.
So, anyways, it goes into the second perspective of Adam Driver, who is the antagonist of the. Well, I mean, there's kind of all antagonists. No one's really good in this movie.
It's 3 points of view as well.
Exactly,
right?
and it's point of view. It switches to that, and that's when I realized, okay, we're seeing it differently because these two characters were friends at the beginning, and then they became enemies over time because one got power and one didn't. One got snubbed, one didn't. And so now Adam Driver is seeing Matt Damon's character as kind of immature and annoying, and he's easily offended, and so you're seeing the same events, but things are different, right? So you're the
Which
same.
Still might feel like a bit of filler, but at least it's different enough.
It's different enough. But what I noticed a lot about it is like, say they're saying the same words, or it's the same words are being spoken, but two different characters are saying it.
Okay.
Right. So like Matt Damon remembers saying something, and then Adam Driver says, "Well, no, I said that," and then you said what I said,
taking credit for it.
Yeah. It's like listening to siblings trying to blame each other. Well, they did this, and they did all the bad things, and I did all the good things, and then they switch it. Well, they did all the bad things, and I did all the good things.
Because that doesn't happen every single day in my house.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. And then the third perspective is basically like, okay, here's the middle between both of these, and here's the truth according to the third person who was the victim in all of this, and basically here's the truth, and basically everybody's just bad. So it's not an easy movie to watch. It does deal with like a sexual assault that happens, and that's basically what the movie's about. But it is good, and it kind of shows the ridiculousness of the way things were done back then. And so the last duel is basically them fighting over said assault, and it was the last trial by combat that was ever recorded in English history, I think it was. So,
okay.
But yeah, very good. Ridley Scott, I think, is awesome. I love most of his movies. So this one, I was scared at first, but it won me around. So I would recommend watching it. If obviously you're not upset or triggered by, the content that would be in it. Look up a trailer first. Look up a. So, but yeah, it's good.
Interesting.
Good. And then I forced my wife to watch another Ridley Scott movie, known as Blade Runner. I see Blade Runner as for some reason Blade Runner to me is like a movie I watch around Christmas. I don't know why.
Oh.
It's just something that I remember kind of being on TV, I think, or, people watching it in the background or around the holidays. So I was just like, I want to watch Blade Runner. I also just listened to the audiobook, which is called Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, written by Philip K. Dick. And I've obviously seen the movie way, way back in the day. I've seen it several times. I finally watched or listened to the audiobook. The audiobook is very different than the movie. Like completely different. Same characters, same idea, but like everything that happens is completely different. Nothing's the same. So
I've either never seen it or I've never seen it completely.
Oh no? Okay.
I don't know for sure. There was a couple years ago where I went and watched AI, and I thought I watched Blade Runner, and then something else with like sentient AI type things, and I can't remember what the other one was, but I don't remember if I ever actually made it through Blade Runner or not. I can't remember. It would have been probably 4 or 5 years ago now if I had to guess, so it's hard to remember.
So I remember my dad bought Blade Runner VHS from like a rummage sale, basically, or garage sale, whatever you want to call it, community sale. I don't think he'd ever seen it either. He didn't know what it was, and so I was I was probably 11 or 12, and he was like, Josh, I got this movie called Blade Runner. I'm like, oh, sweet. Like, think about the name Blade Runner. It's got to be action-packed and whatever. And that's not what it was. And so we watched the movie, and I was not impressed. What?
It's like Running Man on rollerblades.
Yes, with knives, like, which coincidentally, my wife also thought that movie was when I said, let's watch Blade Runner. She's like, I am not interested at all. And I'm like, what do you think this movie's about? And she said, I was like, that is not what this movie's about.
So we need to get your wife and my wife talking about, like, get them both watching movies like this.
That's what I'm trying to do. Because, again, my wife is very similar to your wife, watching the Hallmark movies, watching the cheesy Gilmore Girls, like, all over and over and over again. I'm just like, I'm trying to expand, the lexicon of movies that you've seen and that kind of thing.
My wife watched Ernest Saves Christmas with me.
Yeah, there you go.
It was either that or I was trying to talk her into watching. What was I was trying to talk her into watching? Oh, man. Now I can't remember what it was. There was something else that was on my list of things to watch, and I'm like, it's either this or I guessed Ernest Saves Christmas, and she picked Ernest. She actually would have, if it wasn't for your movie being touted as being a horror movie, she would have watched with me on that day. When we watched the Christmas movies, she would have watched with me that day.
But you wouldn't classify that as
Matrix,
horror, though.
I was going to say, no, I wouldn't now, but having only heard what it was about, I thought it was going to be horror.
I could have told you that it wasn't, and that Cynthia would be fine watching it. So
she doesn't like anything even remotely horror, but she might have liked that just because it's Christmas and a hokey version of Christmas kind of thing.
Okay.
It was finishing The Matrix is what it was. I was trying to talk her into doing, and she's like, no, I'm not going to watch that with you. I'm like, okay. Then we're watching Ernest Saves Christmas. She's like, great. That sounds actually good.
Yeah. It's not a bad choice.
No, she actually wanted to watch it. Yeah. I think she enjoyed it. She said, like I said, she was commenting on his acting and everything, because when he plays other characters, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I tried to talk her into Kiss Kiss Bang Bang as well.
Also, that's a good movie too.
I've heard good things that I've never seen.
It's good. It's good. Robert Downey Jr. before he was Iron Man, and a pre-destroyed Val Kilmer.
What did I see Robert Downey Jr. in that he was a douchebag? I can't remember. He was a kid. One of those movies.
Yeah.
It was like 2 of them.
He's been a child actor since he was like 6, right? So
was it Breakfast Club or one of those ones?
Yeah, I think he's in Breakfast Club.
Which one?
I think
16 Candles. It's 16 Candles he was in. I mean, my wife loves that movie, so we watched that this year, I think, too.
So, anyways, Blade Runner is great. Anyways, the version that my dad bought VHS was the theatrical cut, which is absolute garbage. If you're watching Blade Runner for the first time, do not watch the theatrical cut. then they released the director's cut.
Yeah,
that's the one I've seen the most, and it's pretty good. And in this version, we watched the final cut. By every sense of the imagination, watch the final cut. It makes the most sense. It's the most interesting. It's the most cohesive story. Absolutely. Final cut is the way to go, in my opinion.
Okay.
It's a 90, and that was cut in like 97, but the movie was made in like 86 or something like that. And for 86
to-
for
I
a
need to
sci-fi, I
watch
think
it.
it holds up. I love the atmosphere. They don't show it like there's flying cars, but it doesn't look that bad in my opinion. And I think my wife enjoyed it. And I think I've convinced her enough to watch the next Blade Runner 2049, which is another one of my favorite movies. Mostly because of the director, which is not Ridley Scott this time, but also really, really good. But maybe that'll be a New Year's movie if I can convince her to watch it then. But she has convinced me to rewatch the Harry Potter movies. So we're going through those again.
And my wife has not seen any of those, and I'm pretty sure she will not.
She will not?
Pretty sure she said she does not want to ever
Oh,
watch them.
okay.
I think maybe she said she'd watch Harry Potter before she'd watch The Hobbit. That was what she said.
Okay. Yeah, makes
The
sense.
Hobbit or Lord of the Rings, any of those. She doesn't.
My
like sci-fi
wife won't
or
watch Lord of the Rings. We've tried
fantasy.
a couple times and she keeps falling asleep. She can't stay awake through that movie.
Man, they are one and the same.
But Harry Potter is an easy watch, and I have a lot of nostalgia with Harry Potter. I remember I got Harry Potter for Christmas on VHS. I watched it over and over and over. Obviously, a huge fan of the books. And when the second movie came out, I think I went to the theater like 2 or 3 times to see that movie in theaters by myself. I was a loser and went by myself to a movie theater, but it was good. I liked it. So I think we're gonna try to watch more of those over the next couple days while we've got days off.
Good.
What did I watch? Oh, I have this weird thing where I watch movies in kind of groups based on who's in them. So I'll go through like a Brad Pitt phase where I'll watch like a movie with Brad Pitt and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna watch that. And well, I'll watch a bunch of Brad Pitt movies. And then in one of the movies, there'll be a different character or a different actor, and I'll be like, oh, I like that actor. And then I'll watch a bunch of the movies that they were in. And I don't do it.
See, I try to do that, but all it ends up for me is I queue up movies to watch and then never actually watch them. So they end up on my IMDb watch list, which has over 950 movies on it. And then I just never watch them.
So that sounds like me and my game list, but I'm better with movies than I am with games.
There's that. I have that with games too, yeah.
So,
But it's a longer list.
anyways, I ended up watching, because we were watching Harry Potter, and I happened to see a new Daniel Radcliffe movie on Netflix called Escape from Prioria. I think that's what it was.
Sure.
It's a prison escape movie. I like prison movies. For some reason I'm fascinated with prison because I never want to go there, but it's a whole like society that is like walled in and it has its own rules, its own like subsystems and culture that is so vastly different to anything that I will ever come in contact with, that for some reason I'm just fascinated. Like I can't explain it. So I saw it was prison. It was a prison escape movie, which I like prison escape movies. So this was the South African apartheid activists who got arrested for opposing apartheid in South Africa. And then they get put in prison and they escape, or they have to try to escape. It's a racist system, and so they don't approve, and they want to escape to continue to oppose the racists.
Okay. I have the opposite desire to watch movies about prison, I think.
Oh, really?
I think so. I mean, I would rather not watch a movie about prison, generally speaking.
Oh. Well, see, some of my favorite movies are like Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, it's all right.
Oh, it's so good. A one that I watched over and over as a kid, I haven't seen in a long time, so I can't vouch for it anymore. But An Innocent Man, I think that was Tom Selleck. He gets wrongly accused, and he's got the first half of the movie is him in prison, and then the second half he gets out, and he's got to I think he goes after the people who framed him, which I think are cops. I think cops frame him, so he goes after them.
Checks out so far.
Okay, that's just from memory, from however long ago. I haven't seen that movie.
Framed by 2 corrupt cops for drugs. Yeah.
Like that's got to be 20 years ago. The last time I saw that movie. So,
Yeah, never seen it.
Yeah, why? No one would have a reason to. Really.
I would watch it. I would watch that. Sounds all right. He's good.
So,
like the cop stuff is fun. I've been watching the Rookie.
Okay.
When it comes out.
Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, love Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, he's
awesome.
He's good. He's in a movie on Netflix right now that I need to watch.
Really?
It's an older movie.
I didn't know there was one.
It's an older movie, but it just came up. What is it called here? Night Hunter.
Okay.
I believe.
Interesting.
Yeah, Night Hunter. He's in that. There's a lot of people in that movie that I wouldn't expect. Yeah, it's on my Netflix watch list.
Okay. Apparently
but haven't got there yet.
Yeah. Netflix. Okay. I just Googled Nathan Fillion on Netflix and there was no result for that, but it was American Netflix. Maybe it's different.
Yeah.
Hey, there it is right there. Oh, they got that guy too.
Stanley
From
Tucci's in it.
Brothers
Henry Cavill.
All I want to do is add it to my watch list, not start playing
There
it.
you go.
There
And then another one that I need to watch on there is called Criminal.
Doesn't mean I need to watch all of them, does it?
Oh, you don't have to watch them. This is just one I need to watch. They're on my watch list that they've recently just popped up that they're available.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Kevin Costner.
Yeah, Kevin Costner.
Tommy Lee Jones. Gary Oldman.
Is it Gal Gadot? I think it's
Okay.
Gal Gadot in there.
I was only reading the first three.
Yeah, Gal Gadot. Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
So. It looks.
Interesting. I don't need more movies to watch. I need more time to watch them. Can you get me more time to watch them?
No, I can't, unfortunately. Now, those are movies I haven't seen, so I can't recommend them yet, but those are just ones I've noticed. But they might be on my recommendation list.
So much stuff to watch, which is what everybody listening is saying as we list off all the things to watch.
Oh, man.
And I would have watched Jojo Rabbit, but it's not Christmas themed, so I haven't watched it.
Yeah. I don't think that's a Christmas movie.
No, I don't think so either. It's just Bill recommended I watch it last month. So.
Yeah. No, you should watch it, absolutely.
Yeah.
The new Grand Tour came out. Have you watched that yet?
Yeah, I still have to watch that too. And then Clarkson's Farm, I still need to watch.
Definitely,
as well.
I would say watch Clarkson's Farm before the new Grand Tour.
Okay.
In my opinion, if you want to watch something. I don't want to dissuade anyone from watching the Grand Tour, but for some reason, their new stuff has not been grabbing me very well.
Well, I'm behind on Grand Tour.
Okay.
I think I only watched the first season.
Okay, so you got a while then.
Yeah, I got a lot to watch that if I want to. And I used to watch Top Gear all the time.
Yeah.
I loved Top Gear.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's just having the time to watch all that because those are long episodes too, right?
They're only an hour.
Yeah, I could watch a movie almost.
You can watch 2 episodes of Grand Tour by the time you watch a movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Grand Tour started out very, very much like Top Gear, right? Like the 3 guys talk show, live audience type thing. And then I think they only lasted 2 or 3 seasons, and then they moved away from that, and they're only doing specials now. So
Okay.
I want to say I've been a little bit disappointed with what's happening on the specials. Mostly because it takes forever for them to come out. Like they release an hour to an hour and a half episode. It takes them over a year to release it almost. And I was like, what is?
I mean, they're doing big things, but still.
And that's the other thing.
At Top Gear, they did that more often, right? Or they only really did one special every year, didn't they?
Yeah, they did one special a year.
But they did a regular show still, though.
Yeah, and I think part of it is they're trying to outdo themselves every time.
Yeah.
And they're trying to make it bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's not. I think they've kind of hit that plateau where they can't get any bigger. Like they're doing everything they can do. And what the parts that I really liked about the show was the smaller things, like the smaller challenges. Like here's 3 cars we had to buy for like $500, 500 pounds. And we had to get them from here to here and do challenges along the way. that's more the style of things that I liked. Or I think.
Yeah, more like the long way around type thing, right? It was more like the journey than just show off and fancy and.
Yeah. I enjoyed that aspect of the show more than what they're doing now. Now it's just kind of like, here's a bunch of things happening, So
I'll try to catch up on it.
And it also
like said,
it also felt more genuine back then, right? But now you can tell it's very, very scripted. Which I think it's lost a bit of its charm. I hate to say it because I love those guys. I love their show a lot. Like I've seen every episode of Top Gear. I've seen every episode of Grand Tour.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
If you haven't seen all of them, I have them all on Plex. It's like
pretty sure I've seen them all.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure I have them all as well.
Like I remember a summer, I was just like I sat down and I started from the beginning and I watched every single episode. So.
Yeah. Yep, I've done that too. Totally unrelated. But after watching Ernest last night, there was a part where they're in space looking down on the Earth, and my wife had a question for me about space and planets and stuff, and so I fired up the video game Universe Sandbox and just showed her like Earth and the orbits and stuff, and it made me think like there's stuff like I even said to her like these are the things I assume everybody already knows.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to my parents like 3 years ago, and I said something to them about Stephen Hawking. I forget what it was for. And they were just like, who?
Like Stephen Hawking. Everybody knows Stephen Hawking.
You know, Stephen Hawking in the wheelchair. Now I have no idea who that is. I had to literally show them. My dad's like, oh, okay, I've seen him somewhere or something like that. Like he knows of him from some science show or something like that. And like, my God, I can't believe people just don't know. It just seems common knowledge to me, like how everybody else knows things that I don't know. Yeah. But with like Earth and moon and orbits and stuff like that, my wife she just didn't know the details of how things kind of work in the solar system and was asking questions about that, so that I used the game to explain.
Yeah.
And it was even questions like, so if global warming does get worse and the temperature of the Earth does change, will that affect anything? I'm like, well, let's just try it in this game because it's basically like a simulation of Earth and the solar system. And I was able to change the planet's temperature, and we made Earth leave its orbit and start going out away from the sun more, which, would kill everybody.
Cool.
It's kind of cool. Fun. Also crazy.
Yeah.
But it was fun to explain things with a game, a simulation game, basically.
You'll have years and years of that to come with the kids.
Right? Yeah. Science class or whatever.
Yeah.
Hopefully I have more games I can do that stuff with. Here's Goat Simulator.
Now, this is how
Which
goats
they already
work.
love it. They already love that game.
This is a factual game. Everything about this is real.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually,
Same with Job Simulator. We played with
I remember.
with VR, and they loved that too. Obviously, it's not like a real job.
Yeah, well, it's just like...
They still had no idea how things work. They don't know that someone comes in, pays for services, and then you do work, right? Like, even just that helps them get context of what a job is.
I've been trying to, make sure when I have to go shopping, I'll try to take at least one child with me because, like, especially over the past year, like, they've had no exposure to how things work, right? So,
yeah, and they're getting older.
Yeah, especially my oldest, right? So I was like, I want to take him to the store, and then, we have to look at things and make decisions, and then we'd go out to the cash, and I, he helps me give the stuff to the cashier, and then I usually pick him up and I let him hold the debit card, and then he'll do the tap so that okay, you have to pay for it, and he still doesn't know where the money comes from. He has no idea.
Yeah.
He knows that I go to work every day, but he doesn't.
Comes from Dad.
Yeah.
That's from Dad's wallet.
Yeah, exactly. It's just free money. That's what every kid thought. So.
Yeah.
I played a game actually with my oldest. Now, my oldest is like, he's really into Mario Kart. That's his thing. But just by himself, like he doesn't race with other like computer players. He just does time trials by himself. He's very sensitive. He doesn't like losing. He'll almost like quit a game if someone gets ahead. Like someone just gets ahead of him in the race, he'll just give up, that kind of thing. So I'm trying to like it's a test of my patience as well, because like I don't know how to handle this.
I've been there. I just beat him.
But then he won't play, right? He'll just be like, I'm not playing, or he'll start crying. And it's a temper tantrum, and it's just like, I don't want to deal with it. So
yeah, I still beat him. I give him a chance, but I still beat him.
Yeah.
My son got used to it. Now he's getting good enough that he's gonna be able to beat me soon.
Well, it
was a game him and I were doing that with. What was that?
I'm kind of doing both. Like I'll win, and then I'll let him win to try to like encourage.
Okay.
And that kind of stuff. But I was just like, I can't only let him play Mario Kart the whole time, right? I gotta try to branch out a little bit, especially if I want to do other things. So I'm like, let's play a co-op game. And I was trying to think of like an easy one where we can help each other. It's probably maybe not the greatest one to start with, but I started with Super Mario 3D World on the Wii U.
Oh, the problem with that is you can step on each other's heads and kill each other, like knock each other down a hole.
You can knock each other down a hole, but again, we're going very slowly through it. Like he's still learning a joystick on how to move in through like a 3D space. So it's just like, I just want to give him like, here's a level, move around.
Yep.
But
oh no, sorry, 3D World is fine. Yes, sorry, it's New Super Mario.
New Super Mario Bros. Yeah, that one is that one can be mean.
That one's the problem where you kill each other bad.
But 3D World is like again a 3D space, and
the 3D World I did with my son.
The nice thing about it is like I can, if he can't make a jump or he can't get on an enemy, I can pick him up and I can run with him and I can take him physically.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, so that's been fun because and he's terrified of the enemies. He'll just run away from them. So I've got to like if an enemy comes in, I got to run up and I got to get them all quick. And the nice thing with the Wii U pad is I can touch all the enemies and stun them, so that like they can't all just rush at them. Little enemies you can just blow on the tablet and just blow them off the screen.
Oh, I didn't know that. I knew that you could do stuff with the tablet, but I didn't know.
Yeah, you can just blow enemies off the land. So it's been
imagine speed running. Yeah, or hook up something that taps or something that blows a fan blow on it.
So, but it's been fun. We beat the first 2 worlds together, which like for a kid who's never played a 3D game ever, like he's doing pretty good, I think. So we'll see how far it goes. I was a little afraid. Like we got to the boss fight, and I'm like, I don't know what we're gonna do here, but I could just pick him up and just run with him through the boss level. So
yeah, so we did Skylanders with my son when he was younger, and there's no helping like that.
Yeah.
The closest thing was the first Skylanders game we played, Swap Force. If you fall off an edge, like say I make the jump and he doesn't, it teleports him to the person who's further ahead.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But in the other Skylander games, the newer ones, it actually teleports you backwards.
Oh, really?
To whoever's further behind. Yeah, big time. Really bad. I hated that. That's Trap Team was that way, and Imaginators is that way, I believe.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Swap Force was the best that way.
Well, see, I think Mario 3D World, I to be honest, I wasn't really paying attention, but I think if one character falls off, they don't lose a life. They just go into a bubble until if both characters or if all the characters die, then you lose a life.
No, they lose a life.
They do?
They lose a life if they fall off, but you have multiple lives. Yeah. And they can run out of lives as well.
Okay. I wasn't paying attention. I just thought I figured it was like.
No, I've done this with the whole family. We beat Super Mario World 3D World on Wii U. Yeah.
By the way, that game is fantastic. This is my second time through the game, and it is so good. I think that's my favorite Mario game.
And with kids. We played that with all 4 of us.
That was probably a very big test of patience.
Yeah, well, we didn't play all of it with all of us, but we have played the last levels with all of us. Yeah,
that's good. Yeah, I really like that game.
We beat it together, like finished the game together, all 4.
That's awesome.
And my daughter loved it. I don't remember how old she was now.
It's
probably a year ago, if I had to guess.
That's awesome. I need to. I'm very tempted to get the new one. I mean, the re-release on Switch. Yeah, because I want to try that Bowser's Fury.
Oh no, sorry, we did get that. My son got it for Christmas last year.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, so we have it with Bowser's Fury.
That's the one I want to try. But I don't like. There's some Wii U functionality. I don't know how they would do it. Like the platforms you have to touch to get them to work. Like I don't know how that would work on the Switch.
Especially if you're playing
on the TV
connected to the TV.
Like how are you doing that?
I don't know
or
for sure. I can show you.
blowing on the. Maybe they just don't have that, right?
I don't. I just don't think they do.
That's why I think it's better on Wii U. In my opinion. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But
yeah, I don't remember.
Like I really like.
My son's played mostly Bowser's Fury on that, or he plays the Super Mario 3D World part alone. Like it's his game, he just plays it kind of thing.
The ongoing.
But he usually does Bowser's Fury over and over again because it's like the Bowser's Fury part of it is just like its own world.
Yeah, it's what like a Mario open world game would be probably.
But it's pretty small world.
Yeah, obviously it's just the test, right? Like I wouldn't be surprised if the next one's very similar to that.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it that way. The Bowser's Fury part's not great.
See, I've heard it is good.
It's not great. I find it not great.
That's what I'm.
It's just too repetitive. You're over and over again. Right when you think you're getting somewhere or doing something fun, then Bowser comes and you got to abort what you're doing, go over and deal with him.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still want to try it. And that's. I mean, 3D World is where Captain Toad. That's where that's where he started, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you look at Captain Toad in the game, they were super simple and easy. And if you just said how like that looks, it's really boring in 3D World. But when it translated to its own game,
even in 3D World, I found the Toad levels fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying they weren't fun. I just mean like they're very.
And we have Treasure Tracker as well.
The Treasure Tracker is fantastic.
Yeah.
So I haven't done that one with anybody yet, although maybe I should.
I'm just saying, in 3D World, the Treasure Tracker parts were better than the Bowser's Fury parties, in my opinion.
Fair enough.
That's what I think, anyway. There's just too many cat shines. It's ridiculous. There's so many.
There is a lot.
He's been playing it for a year. Not that often, but he's been playing it for a year and still hasn't beaten anything.
Wow.
Like,
maybe he's just not trying that hard.
As I was
maybe
saying,
he doesn't want to be.
As I was saying, he's actually pretty good. That's what I was gonna say. Is him and I were playing WarioWare Get It Together in a competitive thing, and he was getting freaking competitive with me, and he was actually doing pretty good. And then recently, I picked up Scribblenauts Showdown.
Okay.
Because I thought it would be a good one to play with all of us, and I didn't realize that only some modes are 4-player. It makes sense, but so him and I were playing in that together on a world in co-op, but then he realized he could kill me and started trying to kill me. So then we started getting real competitive, and he was getting like, you could see him like worried I'm gonna get him kind of thing. But he was doing pretty good. Like I had showed him that you could make a dragon earlier, so then once we started fighting, he made himself a dragon. And then I showed him earlier you could make the dragon huge, so he did huge dragon. Yeah. And then this is my son Sean, who's 8, and then I made a bazooka to get him with, and then he realized I made a bazooka, so he killed me with his dragon the one time and grabbed my bazooka, and then he made the bazooka huge.
Man, you just gotta go straight to.
But we were getting really competitive.
You just gotta go to Mecha Godzilla. That's where you just type that in.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of ones like that. I think Cthulhu or something like that is one of the ones everybody types in. And God.
Oh, I haven't tried that one.
It kind of solves everything.
I haven't tried that. That's funny.
They were obsessed. My son and my daughter were obsessed with doing mom. They just did mom as the answer for everything, and it creates a woman.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Wings is a good one, I find, in that. Just put wings on yourself.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Create wings. Put them on yourself, and you can just fly everywhere. No creating ladders and climbing and stuff.
Man, I couldn't imagine the programming on that. You got to account for everything.
Mm-hmm. Luckily, they've had a lot of games to do it through, but even the first one was pretty good.
See, I remember typing stuff in, and it would just do it. I think I played it on my iPhone 4. That's where I started playing it.
On an iPhone?
Yeah. That's the first time I played Scribblenauts.
I can't remember if the first time I played was on DS. I think it was on DS. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the first time I played.
Man.
I want to see when the series was started, but...
Man. Craziness. I watched something else, but do you think I can remember for the life of me what it was?
Yes, you can.
I don't know if I can. I wish Netflix would have the recently watched.
There is a way to do that. I had a Netflix app that did it, like a Netflix.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is
Chrome
it's all
extension
third
that
party.
did
And
it.
it's not like.
Yep. Because Netflix doesn't care that you're going. If you go back and look at stuff you've already watched, they don't want you to do that.
They want you to watch something new.
Just to watch more. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they just have like the continue watching stuff that I've, like a series or something.
There's sometimes there's a watch it again.
Yes, but
Sometimes.
not always.
Yeah. That's why you just need to do Netflix watch history. I'm sure there's some way to do it. Viewing history. There you go. Netflix.com/viewing activity. Tells you everything you've watched recently.
Viewing history. That's it.
Yep. /viewing viewing activity. No space. Nothing. Just. And you can even remove things from your history.
Oh, okay.
Those
Here we go.
movies you
Here we
don't
go.
want your wife to know you
Yeah,
watched.
no. We're good. We're good. Okay, more things to watch. Here we go. I watched the new Sandra Bullock movie, The Unforgivable, on Netflix.
Unforgivable, eh? Never even heard of it.
It's a new release. Very good. It is not the Sandra Bullock I'm used to seeing. Normally she's like, the gussied up, pretty Miss Congeniality. Like I always assume
Miss Congeniality. Yeah.
Sandra Bullock was Miss Congeniality. This is definitely not that. She plays an ex-con out of prison. She went to jail for killing a police officer. And it's just her trying to like rebuild her life with some action in it as well. Of course, she's from a prison, so none of it takes place in prison. Derek, you're okay, but it's just the life outside, and it's actually good, and it's got a really good ending, and I really appreciated it. It's not what I expected it to be, which is rare these days. So check that out if you're interested. And the series that I watched recently, I watched on Netflix called True Story. Now, this is not something I would normally watch because it has Kevin Hart in it, and I'm not a Kevin Hart fan.
He's divisive, I think.
Yes, I think he is as well. This is him in a serious role. It's like how almost comedians are better being serious than they are at being funny. I think it's true here. He gets into position. He plays a comedian in the show.
Wesley Snipes?
Yes, Wesley Snipes. I watched it for Wesley Snipes. He has made a comeback. I like Wesley Snipes. I don't like all of his early 90s movies, but
TV show, not a movie.
It's a TV show. It's only 7 episodes.
Oh.
The first episode,
limited series.
The first episode is an hour. The rest of the episodes are like half hour. So it's just like it's like a double episode basically to get you started. Set it up. It is good. It is tense. It's one of those things where like every episode things get worse. He thinks he's almost got it fixed, and then there's a new chip in the block, or something in there making it worse. And Kevin Hart plays a very good serious role.
Huh.
So the
name again is True
Story. Thank you. And the Sandra Bullock movie was The Unforgivable.
I was just going to repeat that. Yeah.
So yeah, watch those. They're both good. I think that's it for watching.
Man. Too much stuff on my list to watch. It's ridiculous.
Oh, I watched the new the South Park COVID special.
I heard about that from my brother-in-law.
It's pretty good. I haven't watched South Park. I fell off South Park a couple years ago. So I just came back into this. This is where the kids are now adults.
Oh. Okay, yeah, he did tell me it was.
And they're making fun of NFTs. They're making fun of COVID. They're making that GIF I post on Twitter now, or I sent to you. Have you heard of? Yeah. That's from that special.
Okay.
So, it's funny. It's good. The whole time it's basically South Park's been put in like Think South Park mixed with Doomsday. Have you ever seen the movie Doomsday?
I don't know if I have.
It's,
I actually have these episodes.
Doomsday is a movie where I think it's Scotland or Wales or whatever. There's a virus there, and so the UK just like builds a wall and like locks it off and not allowing anyone there.
Interesting.
And then supposedly there's a cure, and so they have to send a special ops team to go in and find the cure in there. Anyways, besides that, I'm saying it's related because it's South Park, and South Park is like the origin of COVID, and they've had to like block it off. Or maybe it's more South Park, where they put the South Park or the Simpsons movie, where they put the glass dome over. The same idea here, where they just like they walled off South Park and no one's allowed there. It's an exclusion zone. And the whole time they're talking about NFTs, COVID, blah blah blah, and the tagline is "I hate the future. I hate the future," which I think is very relevant. I think we're all starting to hate the way the future is looking. So, but it's it's funny. Couple laugh out loud moments.
Trying to see if I had this episode or not. It looks like there's a season 24, episode 1 is pandemic special. Episode 2 says South Park Q vaccination special.
I haven't seen that one. The only one I've watched is post-COVID, the return of COVID.
Okay, I think that says it's a special episode according to this. Oh, there's 2 post-COVID.
Oh, there is? Okay.
And that's why this is post-COVID, the return of COVID, because it's the second special about COVID.
Oh, so I haven't watched the first one then.
Which isn't the same as the pandemic special, because that's an actual episode.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's hard to believe. Like, this is going to be, like, COVID's going to be a thing that's, like, part of our lives from now on, right?
Yeah.
Even if they eradicate the disease, like, it's the equivalent of, like, the Depression in, like, our parents' age, right? Our grandparents, not our parents, but our grandparents.
Grandparents, yeah.
Like,
how old are your parents?
They're old, man. Yeah, it's, like, as much as the Depression ended, their mentality, their mindset was still based in the Depression. Like, my grandparents were hoarders because of that. Not that they hoarded a lot; they weren't like terrible, but you could always find they'd always have sugar somewhere stashed somewhere else out in the house. They wouldn't have it all out in the counter, things like that.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, to think what it's done to us. We're always going to be. Yeah, remember that COVID? So.
Just wear masks all the time now.
Well, yeah, that's going to be part of our life, and for like the next 10 years at least, people wearing masks until we forget about it. We won't forget about it, but like the next generation will just move on. Just be part of their daily lives.
I think my kids aren't even going to forget about this.
They might. I mean, maybe not your oldest, but your youngest will.
That's true. Yeah, she might.
Depends on.
Because I was trying to think of things that you remember from your childhood. How far back do you remember?
Yeah, like I don't remember my first year. I remember bits and pieces. Like I remember going to kindergarten, but I don't remember a lot about it.
Yeah.
I don't think I would remember having a mask on or not because it was just the way you were. I remember things that happened, but not, I was told to wear this or not wear that. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
If the mask is just normal, like why would it stand out to them, right? So they might remember, the first time going to school without a mask. Because that will be an event, right?
In contrast, yeah.
So
for my daughter's first year of kindergarten, she didn't go to school, right? I think your son too, or not?
He's on to school, but now they're looking like they're not even going to go back in the new year. Looking like it.
So your son's behind my daughter by a year because her birthday's December.
Yeah, because it's based on whatever year they turn 4.
Okay.
So he turned 4 in January, which was in the middle of the school year last year. So they had to wait till the next year.
Gotcha. Yes.
So he's like,
even though they're only a month
he's in
apart,
his first
they're grade
yeah,
apart.
he's in his first year of school, but he'll be turning 5 like next month.
Yeah, my daughter just turned 5 like 2 days ago.
So
3 days ago.
Like I feel bad for the kids where like the kid turns 4 in January or in December. So the kid is 3 going into school, right? Technically.
Yeah, my daughter would have been.
But I mean, like,
right?
yeah, that's true.
She would have been that, but
So she went to school
didn't
like
have junior
super
kindergarten in
early.
school.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, but she didn't have junior kindergarten in school because of COVID.
Yeah.
Her junior kindergarten was online only.
Yeah. But I mean,
Yeah.
some kids don't even have their kids toilet trained by that age. So I mean, you should,
Yeah,
but
she was early, but that's again, she has an older brother, right?
Yeah.
Helped a lot.
gotta pick it up. So
Literally pick it up.
literally.
I'm sure that's what you meant, right?
Man. Miles has not answered me yet. I'm getting concerned.
Oh no. He went to bed.
Yeah, probably. He was just like, I'm going straight to bed. I gotta.
Well, it'll be real fun to have that trivia without his voice. Hey, Discord, can you add a feature that lets us go back and get the recorded audio?
So Miles actually was telling me about something called CraigBot, where you can.
Okay.
It will record separate audio channels for you, and it's free, and it'll put it all together. Sounds like something like Frasier and R3 Podcast and Nintendo Hodge were doing. But they had to pay for it.
Yeah.
I asked him I asked
okay.
Miles if it was free, and he said it was. So I need to look into that and possibly stuff.
Yeah, I've heard of I used the one that they used. Oh, Craig Records. Multi-track voice channel recording bot for Discord. Neat. Invite Craig to your Discord server. That's pretty cool.
So I'll be trying.
I mean, it's not that technically that's not that hard. You're just recording audio streams.
Yeah, but
coming in.
it's
just
recording everyone's local, I think, right? Local streams?
Yeah, but I mean, not local streams. No, it'll be the remote streams. Because it's just being added to the Discord as if it's another person.
Okay.
But still, Discord audio is going to be better than like Skype audio.
Yeah, I guess.
Pretty
The only
sure.
difference would be so even now, like when we're talking, you're cutting in and out sometimes.
Yeah, Discord does that dropout thing. You can disable that.
Which
but
we might have to do. If we did that, but it's an option, especially for like.
that's not going to help us get Miles' audio now.
At least it would help, like if we have guests in the future and we can just hop on the Discord. We don't have to worry about, making sure they have Audacity set up.
Yeah.
And they can record and whatever, and we don't have to rely on StreamYard. I'll be honest. I was possibly gonna try to convince you to go to StreamYard and make up an excuse to go over there for Miles to be able to get in.
Oh boy.
But yeah, who's texting me? Was that you?
That's me inviting CraigBot.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So
Well, doesn't really tell me how to control it.
hit record, please. I am your
Yeah,
I am your friend, Craig.
Probably have to create a chat with it or something, but I'll figure it out.
Yeah,
Or you'll figure it out. It's invited.
we got to
now.
play around with it a little bit.
It's probably not something we should do live on the podcast.
Please, let's run through tech support on air.
Wouldn't be the first time.
I had a Facebook listing get taken down on me today.
Okay, this is something that I was going to mention to you and I keep forgetting.
Really? Okay.
I had one that I got an email saying it was not allowed,
Okay.
but the listing's still up.
Oh.
Then I revised it later. It's just Xbox 360 games. And I revised it later, and I got another email saying it was going to be taken down, and it's still up. I've sold to people from it recently.
That's strange.
Since the email came in. What was yours?
So mine was a Canada Post Millennium Keepsake coin and stamp set.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently that goes against the currency and documents policy on Facebook. You're not allowed to sell currency or documents.
Interesting.
So
I think I've heard that. Because coin collectors are mad they can't sell on
in
Facebook
there, yeah.
Marketplace.
But anyways, I think what happened is I had someone offer me Like, I have it up for $10. It's not that much. But I had someone offer me like, oh, I'll give you $3 for it. I'll give you $5 for it. Like the same guy, and I said no both times.
Yeah. So he
probably got bitter, and then he sent me a message later saying, I found one. Like, I don't care. Why are you texting me that
Great.
you found one? So he probably just got a little bit, butthurt and reported the ad because Facebook had no issue with it. They sent me a notification saying, hey, let people know that you sold it. If you sold it, mark it as sold. And then immediately after got the, hey, your ad goes against our policy. We've taken it down. Which means someone's reported it. So anyways, I requested a manual review of the ad, and then it got an hour later. It was like, hey, we reviewed your ad. It's back up.
Oh.
So
it is allowed.
I guess, because it's not real money.
I thought they just have a problem with,
right?
Well, it is.
I guess you could pull the quarter out of it.
It's collectible, but you can use it. Yeah.
I guess you could pull the quarter out of it, but it's.
I think it's more about selling money for more than its face value, is what I think it was about.
Maybe. I could see it be like, if it's been circulated or uncirculated, that kind of thing. If it's been circulated, you can't sell it because that's the value it has. Whereas uncirculated stuff will fluctuate in price.
Yeah.
Which I don't believe this quarter was circulated. I mean, it looks like a quarter, but I don't think it was circulated because it's part of the set.
So back in May, I had an email from Facebook Business that says your item was rejected. Your item was rejected because it doesn't comply with our policies, and the item was an HDMI switcher, 5-port HDMI switcher. Like, what are you talking about? And they say advertising policy violations, and below that it says this item cannot be used for ads. What? What are you talking about? No sense. Yeah. So then I think that actually sold. And then I got one in November for my Xbox 360 games ad that says the exact same thing. Does not comply with our policies. Click here to see our policies. They're completely vague and don't tell you anything. And then another one, and then the details of advertising policy violations. This item cannot be used for ads. They tell you nothing about what's actually violating what. I'm pretty sure it's just brand stuff. Like, you can't say Pokemon unless it's really Pokemon, that kind of stuff.
They don't want, like...
And then they don't know what's real, so they don't know what to actually get rid of, because they don't know if it's fake or not. You say Gucci, whatever the hell. They don't know whether it's real or not, so they just tell you it's invalid. But I've gotten an email 3 times on this Xbox 360 ad. November, December, and December 19th is the latest. And the ad's still up, and people are messaging me to buy stuff from it.
Yeah, so
I don't understand what their problem is.
Yeah, that's strange.
Their policies are terrible.
Good news. Miles has recorded the audio.
Yay!
This episode is saved. It's a New Year's miracle. I'm just going to... Sorry, Fill the air. Fill the air while I talk to Miles here for a second.
I don't really have much else to say. I was going to say I'm looking at the commands to get the Craigbot to go in your channel, and I figured out how to do it. But I don't think there's any point in doing it now unless we just want to do a simple test. That's all I really...
I just need to double check our email here. By the way, if you want to, you can send us an email at notsospecialpodcast@gmail.com. Because that's the email I'm sending to Miles right now to email us our files. Because I don't think his files should be that big. But anyone else is also welcome to send us an email at notsospecialpodcast@gmail.com. Or you can talk to us on Twitter. Or you can join the Discord, where we are pretty active.
Or you can go to anchor.fm/notsospecialpodcast and send us a voice message there.
Which we have.
Which
we have. Well, hold on a second. I lost it. Because I'm an idiot. We have email or voice messages from Frasier, R3 Podcast, the man himself, because he was answering our questions, our concerns on the last episode when we asked who edits the podcast and what the release schedule is, because we haven't been able...
Which was half just us riffing on them and half truthful.
Frasier took it to a whole new level and basically included it in a voice message. Now, because I haven't figured out how to do this yet, if I can, I will add this in post. If I can't, you're just going to get the audio off my phone as I hold it up to the microphone.
You technically can. Time-wise, you may not.
Yes. We'll see how it goes.
Considering tomorrow is actually today, because it's past midnight, is Christmas Eve.
Merry Christmas Eve.
Merry Christmas Eve.
Also,
and a Happy New Year, all you out there.
We also missed a happy belated Festivus. All right.
I have some problems with you people.
And now you're gonna hear about them. Okay. We'll try to be quiet while I play this. This is from Frasier regarding one of our... There's two messages. This is message number 1.
Also, just to let you know, it was Chris that's been doing most of the editing in the last 2 seasons. Actually, all of the editing in the last 2 seasons, not me.
Actually, I think that was the second one, but whatever.
That's okay. Reverse
order. Thank you, Frasier. And this is the first message.
How's it going, guys? Fraser here with Ramble Record Repeat. To answer your question, we attempt to release our episodes at the end of every month, or at least the last week of every month. It just depends on my work schedule. Sometimes, unfortunately, it gets pushed to the beginning of the month, like those ones you saw, Derek. But other than that, we released our episode first, so nah.
Okay, we release ours on the first of the month. We're first.
That's true.
You can't get more soon than that, or more first than the first.
Yeah, I do like their floating schedule. It's the last week sometime.
Yeah, I have no problem with you floating the schedule, as long as I don't need to edit anything.
I have a problem.
I always did mine on the 13th of the month because...
Is there a reason you picked the 13th, or just because?
I think the first time it just was the next, Friday or something like that. I think I was originally going to schedule it with weekends or something like that, but day of the week instead of first Monday or second Monday of the week or second Monday of the month or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Yeah, something like that, but... Plus 13 is my lucky number.
I couldn't tell by your username.
Yeah, and then I met my wife, and hers is also 13, and we met on the 13th of the month.
Man.
Yeah.
Serendipity.
Yeah, good number.
Well, what do you think? Do you think we've done an episode? We've hit our 3-hour quota.
We've crested 3 hours. Yeah.
We've stretched this out pretty well. We got some...
I should probably go to bed or something. Not that I need to go to work tomorrow, but...
Yeah. I had to work all this week. I thankfully have today off. Christmas Eve off. Not everybody does. Some people have to work today at my job. But, so I took Christmas Eve off, but I have to work New Year's Eve. So, and then vice versa for people who work Christmas Eve. We'll get New Year's Eve off.
I have both off.
Well, you just suck, so...
I did save my vacation time for this week, but next week is all people at my work get off, except when I was in customer support, and now I'm going back to customer support in January.
Yeah.
So then I get screwed with vacations and holidays and stuff.
Yeah.
Not terribly. It could be worse. I've had way worse customer support jobs where we have 24/7 on call and all that crap. So I don't need to do that anymore in this role, but
yeah, no one likes having to do that job.
Yeah, that was one of the perks of taking this one was I didn't have 24/7 on call stuff and shifts and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, I have to. I don't know if you can see behind me. This is a visual thing for the the audio podcast.
Do laundry? Or
There's
see
a lot.
basket?
Yeah, that was full of Christmas presents. I have a
Okay.
bunch of Christmas presents I still need to wrap.
For me,
For
right?
you, yes.
That's what you meant. I think that's what you meant. It makes the most sense.
I almost had a
What
Christmas
you're
gift for
getting
you.
kids.
I almost did. But didn't work out.
You don't need to buy me another Steam gift.
Oh, there'll be
For the
Steam gifts
Steam game.
happening.
Do I still owe you a game? I do.
Do?
You bought me
I
one.
don't think.
didn't
I don't
buy
think
one
you do.
back,
I don't think you do owe me.
No, I couldn't find one for you because you don't have enough stuff on your wish list.
I don't have enough cheap stuff on my list, is what you're saying.
You only had 2 games on your wish list.
What are you
I think.
talking about?
One
There's
was
lots of stuff on there.
I
Anyways,
looked.
no, I like doing Steam gifts because it's easy, especially for people who aren't close. Like I gave some to like the Fandango boys last year and some friends and you and anybody I could, but Steam is a little picky sometimes if the regional price difference is more than like 10%, they won't let you buy it for that different region. It's weird.
Okay, well, now I'm trying to get to your wish list because the
Should
way
turn it
you
off.
do it is weird.
By the way,
Steam.
I don't know if the Fandango boys will ever get to this point in the podcast. Probably not. But I'm going to call out the Fandango podcast right now because they're stealing our bit.
Which one?
Listen, our bit,
Did we steal
our
from someone
bit is
else?
stealing stuff from other bits, other people.
Okay.
And now they're stealing our bit of stealing other people's bits. And I don't appreciate it, Fandango. Listen here. We stole the hot seat questions. If you listen to the last episode of 2021,
Yes, yeah.
it is hot seat. Richard in the hot seat for the whole thing.
We stole
We
that
stole
bit
it
fair and
first.
square from Polycal.
Oh, this will not stand. Fandango, find your own
wish list.
find your own podcast to steal from. Don't steal from us. Ugh. Jeez.
Yeah, your wish list is like there's literally 2, 4, 6 games on here.
Yeah, because I'm
And then there's a Steam controller, which they don't even make anymore.
but one day they might.
No, they won't make it ever again because now they have the Steam Deck. And not only that, one of your games isn't even buyable. It's like delisted.
Which one is that?
Alien Carnage, Halloween Harry.
Oh, I have that one. That's why.
You
Yeah.
have it? Oh, why is it still on your
I
wish
don't
list?
know.
Come on,
I don't
man.
know.
Usually when you buy them, they remove from your wish list automatically.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just there.
Weird. Yeah, and then the cheapest game is over $10. I don't know the games. So
Which game is showing as the cheapest game that you see?
Well, I have it sorted by. Oh no, I got it sorted by price. And the cheapest game. Oh, I see one for $5.
I would say
Sorry,
the
I
cheapest
look
one on there.
I look at games on sale first.
It's like the cheapest game on there is Hydrophobia.
Yeah, but the cheapest game on there also has mixed reviews. That's not
Yeah, it
good.
looks interesting. I buy games with mixed
$5
reviews. I don't
good?
really care.
I usually avoid them if they have a mixed review.
If they're cheap enough, I'll get anything.
Depends on how
To be
many.
fair.
I've tried that for a while, and that ended up with a really big game library.
Man, I haven't paid for a game on like the amount of free games that Steam gives away, added to the free games Epic gives away,
Epic.
added to the games
Yeah.
that GOG gives away, because GOG has a free game out now today.
And there's also free games on Indie Gala as well.
You cut out. I didn't hear any of that.
Oh, there's also free games on Indie Gala.
Indie Gala, that's right.
Yeah.
Did you say you have Amazon Prime?
No,
I thought you said you did have Prime.
I have access to it,
Okay.
but I don't
I was
have
going
it.
to say, if you have Prime, Twitch Prime gives
I should actually talk to
free,
my contact about that because they don't use
Yeah.
Twitch.
like that has free games on there every month. And this month, it was a
Yeah.
good month. I think it's all the Monkey Island games. Let me
I think I already have those.
Let me do a quick check here. But anyways, that's a good way. And if you have Twitch, I know it's Monkey Island, Stubbs the Zombie.
I have that too, I think.
Frostpunk, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered, because they're giving Origin games away, Ubisoft games away, and GOG games.
I may just have to hook that up.
So, Journey to the Savage Planet, that's a fairly new one. That's being given away. So yeah, if you've got Amazon Prime, check your Twitch Prime. You might have free games and not even know it. Not you, Derek, but other people listening.
Oh, I can make this happen.
And then you get a free Twitch Prime sub with that as well that you can give to someone. The only problem is it doesn't renew. You every month you have to go in and resubscribe. And make sure you're clicking use my Prime sub, because they won't put that option up front. They will try to get you to pay first. You got to scroll down and look for the fine print to use their money instead of your money. So, yeah, check it out. There's tons of free games out there. This is why I don't buy a lot on PC, because I don't have to. They just give it away for free. That on top of, and then Twitch will also give away like bonuses in games for other games. Like they're constantly giving out money for GTA Online, like Call of Duty, if you're into this stuff, Dead by Daylight, Warframe, Valorant, Far Cry, For Honor, Fallout, like whatever. They're always giving stuff out. You just got to click on it, attach your account, and you got it. It's the way to go. Then to launch the games, you just have to download the Twitch app, which basically works like Steam or Epic or anything like that. Probably works terribly for actually watching games, but
yeah,
who knows? All right, we stretch this out even longer now, and we got an extra 5 minutes out of that.
From Facebook ad rejections to free games on Twitch and everywhere else.
If you know of any free games, let us know. Talk to us on Discord. Talk to us on Twitter. Email us, notsospecialpodcast@gmail.com.
Cartridge Club Discord under the deals.
Cartridge Club Discord deals
channel as well.
Let us know.
Game deals.
Let us know first, so that we can put it in there and get credit for it.
If you can beat Dean and Fitnat
That's
to it,
true.
because they already post quite
That's
a few.
true. I don't go on that Discord nearly as often as I should, but maybe one day.
Yeah, you don't.
I gotta change my tag. I don't know if I'm gonna be put as a podcaster or a YouTuber.
I don't know either.
I can't decide.
And in fact, it doesn't work for me. I went through that with Dean. They're broken for me and only me, apparently.
Jeez. Why can't I have both?
Yeah.
So.
You can't.
Anyways, thank you everyone for listening to this long episode. Not our longest, but probably one of our best, I think. Derek probably disagrees.
I hope so. Well, only the surprise was bad, but at least it was good, and Miles is awesome. If you had surprised me with anybody else, I would have stopped you.
Well, have a happy New Year, everybody. Happy January. Merry Christmas. We will see you all in February. Or you will hear us in February. I guess you won't see us, but you might hear us.
You'll see us. Just creep our Facebook. It's fine.
Go to OnlyFans if you want to see us. All right. See you later.